The last place we left off, your group entered into a new location, the final competition of the Festival of Merit, where you were to retrieve an artifact known as the Emerald Eye, a beautiful medallion tied around a shark in some deep underwater cavern. Going down and racing against your new-found rival group, you harassed each other thoroughly your way through the competition before eventually reaching the end, where there was a shark tied up and in a state of obvious distress. Acting upon your oaths, Eric's decided to attempt to reason with and potentially even free the shark, but it was to no avail as the shark did not seem interested in reason, and eventually it had to be slain. Not before Eric's, however, used a scroll of Thunderwave, that's what it was, to burst open a obviously light-filled hallway. Blasting it, he was able to find an old abandoned temple to the goddess Sarenrae the Moonweaver. Some sort of prayer site, as Dermot later revealed to your group. You went in, this being Eric's, and had a strange personal vision in which you found some sort of amulet before falling asleep. When the rest of your party arrived, they caught the tail end of this strange mirage, seeing a tall figure clad red, disgusting, trapped somewhere. Obvious looks of desperation upon his face. After waking you up and talking with the rival group, Ao took the Emerald Eye, but announced that she would be traveling with your group for the time being to see what this amulet was all about, talking to the town elders, as well as asking many other questions you might have for them. We pick up now with your group leaving the deep caverns of the Emerald Grotto, had to look at the name, and entering back to the Black Isles, where you initially started this competition. Going ahead and putting you guys back on the scene. Let me go ahead and make sure everything is set up here properly, since you've used this map before. Yep. Ooh, never mind. There we go. Now it's set up properly. Wait for you all to get pulled to the scene.
I'm in.
BT is not pulling you.
He's alive.
I'm loading in.
Alright. Let me know when it's a thing. Hold on 1 second. I need to let my cat out. Oh, the whale did get shot, didn't it? Well, there it goes.
No more whale, no more whale.
Don't remind me.
Pay your 10 gold tax.
Dang, if only there was some way to keep your NPCs alive.
Damn.
I had to let my cat out. What'd you say, Adonis?
Nothing.
He's sad about his whale.
That whale was the only friendly casualty of that entire journey.
There should have been more.
Ah.
Alright, are you on the map now?
Yes.
Wonderful. In that case, I'll unpause as your group approaches. Alright, so, walking up alongside the rivals, victorious in your own way, I suppose, you head up to the main stage where the Elder sees you approaching and will exit off and come over to your groups. And will look around and say, So, seems you've both arrived with one another. So who's the winner? And Ao will just kind of step up holding the Emerald Eye and say, That would be us. And the Elder will look over to them and say, Well, wonderful. In that case, you are this year's Champions of Merit. Use that well. Here's your reward, as he hands them a hefty sack of cash. And you should find yourselves freely accommodated for as long as you wish to stay for the rest of the year in the Unbroken Tusk Inn. Food provided. And she'll say, Wonderful, but that's not the end of this. And we'll kind of just step to the side to let your group do your thing. The Elder will look to all of you. She motions towards you all.
Do you want to take it, Eric? I think you had stronger feelings about the shock.
What is the merit of trapping a helpless creature in the depths with a spear embedded in its side?
Oh, the shark. Well, that's been here ever since the village was founded. Older than any of us. That spear was along with it. Interestingly enough. We've used it for the competition every year, yes, but what's more fun than adding a little excitement to the race?
Well, unfortunately, your race for the future will be far less exciting. The beast is dead now.
Very well, I suppose that comes with the territory. I can't be too surprised. We'll have to figure something else out.
Perhaps next time you can take some of your own people and trap them inside of that underwater cave. Might make for more sport that way.
The druids might be able to recreate something less painful on the sharks.
Perhaps you could just impale yourself with a spear next time.
As I said, the spear was already there. Sorry if that was gruesome to you, but this is how we are. This is the city, and this is the competition we've done every year. The shark was simply there, and we've used what we had. Regardless. Come again?
I think it's said for them to do better. Anyhow.
He's gonna look to all of you and say, I suppose besides that, is there anything else of importance?
Something like that anyway. There's a strange gold amulet and a weird shrine down there as well. Is that part of this?
Ken has a look of confusion on his face.
Guess not.
Yes. No, I've never heard of a... Are you sure?
Axe, you still got it with you?
I'll hold it out.
He'll kind of look over to it for a second and say, interesting. You say you found this in the Emerald Grotto?
Yeah, behind cracked wall down in the center where the shark was.
In a side passage, closer to the surface.
Well, we've never heard of this location. We'll have to investigate if what you say is true, but I'll take your word on it for now if you have something like this. You found this in that strange chamber? Just sitting there?
On a pedestal.
No traps or protections or anything?
There was a vision.
Oh, do tell.
I'm not sure if I can make any sense of it yet.
Well, can you at least tell us what you saw? If you can remember.
I saw a handsome-looking human in leather armor. He was crying out for help from the gods.
Crying out to the gods for help. A human man? Not an orc or other common Jorhaisian race?
He had a red cape, a shield, and he was crying out for the Moonweaver.
The Moonweaver? That's not... Anything else?
That's it.
Alright. Would you allow me to examine this artifact? I can... Of course it's yours, but maybe I can make some sense of it.
Knock yourself out.
You'll kind of take it from your hand for a moment and do a once-over of it, casting a identify spell. As he holds it, he'll say, "This is fascinating. It possesses obvious arcane properties, though they seem rather strange. Its nature can't ascertain whether it's purely arcane or of some nature of divinity." I'll hand it over to you. Perhaps this would be better suited taken to a church or some sort of temple. Maybe they could identify it. We have one temple here to the Luxon, but as for the Moonweaver, we do not have any temples here to that goddess. The closest temple to the Moonweaver you might be able to find would be in the city of Bazazan. But that temple is rather new and, well, I'm not sure how much help they could be.
We were headed to Bazazan anyway.
Interesting. Well, that might be the best place you could get information, if you would. Regardless, you have something very interesting in your hands. Keep it safe. Do well with it.
I'll tuck it back into a pocket.
And I'll kind of look over to the other group and say, as for our champions of this year's festival, looks to your group as well, thank you to everyone who has participated in this year's events, and you may now go find yourselves some rest before any tumultuous journey has to be taken in the next day. You've earned it, all of you. Enjoy yourselves. And with that, the Elder will stay nearby, but depart for the time being. Just being ready for questions if need be. Sitting on a stool on the stage.
I don't know how you can run this competition for so long and not know a damn thing about what's down there.
You ask the Elder?
No.
No.
I think they knew a lot more than they admitted up front.
Wouldn't surprise me, but I think we got all we're gonna get.
It says, strange buried temple under the water. Has to leave you wondering how it got buried in the first place or how long it's been there. Who might have speared that shark in the first place?
I suppose our first clue would have to be in Bazazan.
Yes. Some sort of temple?
I don't know, we got a temple to the Moonwaver there. Guess it must be really now.
Actually, make a history check. Alright. So low DC. There's always been an old temple to some of the prime deities there. Given the nature of Bazazan, however, these temples weren't well kept and eventually were abandoned. However, you would know that in recent years a particular Furbolg has taken the responsibility of attempting to repair it and restore it to its previous glory, but most people just kind of waved it off as being impossible or not worth their time. So you aren't sure how far he's gotten in that regard.
No, sounds like nothing has really changed too much, aside from new guests. When do you guys want to set off? Today is fine by me, but we can spend the night if you want.
Looking to the rival group.
Mm-hmm.
Aya will look over to all of you and say, we should all take a rest. Take times to collect ourselves, but we'll stick with you all for at least the travel to Bazazan. I want to learn more about this thing. Much as we can, anyways.
I've been bitten several times by a shark, so I wouldn't say no to a rest.
We should, when we travel, stay on the road together, but not too close. Large groups tend to attract bad things.
Exactly.
Regardless, we'll see you at the Unbroken Tusk.
Yeah. Oh, and just for the record, we need to make a stop near the Emerald Loop on the way there, so if you want to go on ahead, that's fine.
And that's only natural. It's a midway point, after all. I look over to the rest of our group. Well, we should all be on our ways. Let's go. And with that, they'll walk off. Your group may do as you please.
At least they're capable.
And Eric's. Into your inventory, I'm going to drag the identified item that you now have. Give me 1 second to do it. You can talk in the meantime.
Eric's Herodon's is going to stretch. Well, now that all that pleasant business is out of the way, he's going to reach into his bag and pull out a fig.
A fig.
And offer another one to anybody who cares to take it.
No thanks.
Now that we're on solid ground, I'll take a moment to look over this spear that was lodged in the shark.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to, like, if I can get a sense of how old it is. Like, are there barnacles built up on it? Is it all rusted?
For the sake of trying to identify the age of this spear, you can make me a history check. Ooh, not bad. So, yeah, it's incredibly obvious. Old seaweeds grown, barnacles have encrusted. Now, being implanted in this shark's side, it has been moving around quite a bit, and it's honestly comes as a shock to you that the shark was never able to knock it out. If it even wanted to in the first place. Besides it being magical, it does keep itself magically sharpened and clean to some capacity. However, it is incredibly old, and you can tell that there are at least centuries of wear here. Perhaps older than you. And with that, the new magic item is dragged into your inventory. The Elder would have told you its properties. Told you that if you spent time attempting to connect to it, you might be able to unlock them.
But now that we're all out of there, is everyone okay?
Oh, we're not dead.
Good. Now, Eric's.
You held up pretty well underwater.
Thanks. No, thanks to, the whole shark incident. If you want to get yourself killed on your own time, that's perfectly fine, but when you have people with you, think a little harder.
I told you to leave.
That's not what we were doing.
That was your call.
We all knew what we were signing up for when we went down there. Stick to the plan or don't go down at all.
It's on my way out. Got bit, but anyway. We're all fine. No need to keep being angry. I'll just move on.
Oh, nice rest at the end will do us well.
I'm going to need to make a quick stop by at that old temple there. I need a few supplies to bring back a friend that we lost down in the caves.
Yeah, you're
That's what happened to your thing.
Yeah, the little...
Whatever you want to call it.
I mean, yeah, that's what they're...
Indeed, just another thing, much like the rest of you.
A thing, okay. I'm pretty sure I'm a person rather than a thing, but you do you.
As was Cetus. Anyhow.
Fucking
Jesus.
can't even see him anymore. Holding. Oh.
Oh, you guys are moving.
Sure.
Alright, let's get out of
They
here.
put you on the proper Jigow map. Well, I get the inn ready as your group approaches. Ready to rest. Let's see.
Would it be possible for me to quickly stop by at the temple as we are traveling overland to buy 10 additional gold pieces worth of
Sorry.
incense? Yes.
You're able to get the requested supplies with these.
It's on
Incense
the way.
and incense is not hard to get whatsoever at a temple. The charcoal's a little trickier, but you're able to get pointed in the right direction to find it. And you get what you need.
Why are you trying?
I swear it takes Erdonis 2 times as long to get anywhere.
He's like the tourist who gets lost. Reads the map upside down.
Pretty much. Everything nice and ready.
Let me just subtract 10 gold pieces then from my inventory. There we go. Boom. We're back in business.
Gotta make sure I remove the whale from all the maps.
Well, really rub the salt into the wound there, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. And as you guys arrive to the
Yeah.
Unbroken Tusk.
Before we head to the Tusk, is there an armor shop that I can stop by?
In Jigow there wouldn't be a proper armor shop. You know there was a leather worker back in the jumble, if you'd like to go visit that.
Like
But-
anyone who can like rivet two pieces of metal together.
That might not be too hard to find. What specifically are you looking to do?
I'm looking to see if I can purchase splint armor.
Around here, probably not. Jigow isn't known for its metal workers. Unfortunately, yeah, temporarily I hit it.
Oh,
He's not here with you guys.
Oh,
But
nice.
now he is.
Let's go.
Yeah, Jigow
I'm
isn't.
gonna spend a
Jigow's having
couple of
a-
minutes staring into the lake and brooding, and then eventually I'll arrive at the end.
You brood at the lake for a moment before catching up with the rest of your group.
calculating the
All right. What
distance.
time of day is it? It's 5:42. Excellent.
And you see the rival group's already long gone, getting ready to lay down.
Little halfling she's back. She's here, bro.
Sure is.
It's crazy. They
Full
all
day
look
at
the
the end.
same.
Packed
They
in.
don't. We're like,
All right, we're gonna eat some of this food.
Eric, just to make sure you do know your tokens there, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's all. Right, so you get some of the food and partake in a nice meal. Wonderful. If there are any conversations you'd like to have, you may. If you'd like to wait, some of the guests will kind of trickle in and out, and you can wait a little longer if you want more privacy. The choice is yours. Your rooms upstairs are still there, and a Gaith Silverspoon would only charge you about a silver for a night here.
Anything to discuss? Well, Eridanos has one thing let's talk about. I don't know about the rest of you, though.
go for it, homie.
As much as I am fond of our newfound, let's call them acquaintances, what is the longer plan that we have in mind for them? After
What
we
do you
get to the
long
temple.
plan for? They're just gonna stick around and fuck off when they want to fuck off. It's not like they're gonna follow us forever, right?
Depends.
I do wonder what might happen if they were to take an interest in that artifact we currently have.
Well, if they try to swipe it, they're gonna get their ass beat. That's really all there is to it.
Just the point I was getting at. I hope no one else shares reservations about such things.
Listen, they seem like nice people, but if they turn out to not be, cards are on the table, they get folded.
I didn't want to interrupt the RP, but I'm gonna buy a stack of cookies.
They have more
Wonderful.
of those?
What?
They have more of those?
My trade menu is
I
not
don't think
working
they have
for me
any-
for some reason.
They don't have any more crap. That sucks.
Yeah,
They don't
I'm
have more
just
cookies.
gonna
I'll show
buy
you what they have.
I'm just gonna buy the funny bowl of soup and some dango.
I
Okay.
bought out the cookies.
I'll drag it. I'll drag it.
Oh
in.
no.
Charge myself a gold and a half.
Drag it out.
Eric's, whatever you bought those cookies for, I will give you double that.
It's 0.5
Double it or give it to the
each.
next person.
Why do you need so much food, bro?
Alright, it's in your inventory. Eaten.
You know, for someone who
Listen,
needs
I
so
need
much,
big
you did
cookies.
so bad in the pie competition.
Need these cookies.
I mean, did you see him the first day we met him? He ate, like, pretty much the guy's entire stock and then he threw it up over the side of the ship.
Yeah, what was that spirit? Nice of you to join us, Eric.
I'll take a little gold medallion and put it on the table and spin it like a top.
It's a little weird because it's got a chain attached to it, so you're just kind of spinning it, and it's like you just gotta keep giving it momentum with your hand.
So, we lost the competition, but we gained a new incentive to go to Bazazan.
Hmm.
Now, tell me, Persephone, besides the temple that they had spoken of, I am curious, what else might we find there? Have you been there before?
Did you say fun?
Find.
What else might you find there? Okay.
You can get some
well, yeah.
information. If they ask you for something specific, you can ask me.
Gotcha, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of stuff. Of course, I've been there, I fucking live there, but there's really not that much to see unless you like big murder machines that chew up devils and spit out their remains.
That does sound interesting.
I figured you'd like the sacrifice engines.
You said it's a dangerous place to be?
Yeah, it is.
Is it on
Being
account
attacked
of...
at any moment.
Oh, so it's more on account of demons than the murder machines. Excellent. What,
Yeah, the murder machines are for the demons.
so long as they aren't turned against us, it might prove to be an interesting avenue of investigation.
Just don't
Anyways.
trip. It's not like they can really move.
As for
Well-
notable features, sorry to interrupt you.
Yep.
As for other notable features, Persephone, I don't know if you remember, but there is one extra thing there that's what most people come there for, if they do come there at all.
Go. I mean, I think I know what you're talking about, but I think it'll be better if you try and explain that one.
Okay, well, I'll PM it to you, and you can tell me if you want me to explain that, if you wish to
Okay.
explain it.
I'm looking at my notes here. I'm pretty sure I know which thing you're talking about.
I PM'd it to you. Either way, it's in your private chat, so you can tell me if you want
Yeah,
to elaborate on that.
You have more details about that than I do off the top of my head, so please.
That's a bit tricky, but for your information, and you can explain this to your party as you wish, you would know that the Betrayer's Rise Temple is an old temple that was dedicated to the Betrayer gods during the Calamity. Most people kind of understand that. On an even further note, you would know that that is where any demon who enters the city originates from. You aren't aware of the specifics of the temple, but you know guards are constantly stationed outside of it, and even with that in mind, some do manage to, the demons, slip free back into the city, and that's where invasions occur.
Yeah.
The demons fluctuate. Sometimes it's small things like gibbering mouthers or quasits. Other times it's bigger things like Barulguras or Uzrins. Really depends on the day. But it never seems to stop.
But besides that, for notable things, unless you want to go see where the demons come from, then I'm sorry to say there's not much else.
Where do the demons come from?
Old Betrayer God Temple from ancient times. Can't really tear it down or anything, and everything comes from there. So,
Excellent. So between the demon killing machines and the demon temple, I believe I do have my itinerary for Bazazan planned.
good luck with that one.
This place is sounding more and more enticing by the minute. Excellent.
If that's your definition of enticing.
I do wish to ask Nerd, what do we have? I do remember that Eric's had received a map of the known world or the known realms.
Yes,
What is-
it's a more general map.
Okay, so it wouldn't include a lot of the more specific areas or
Yeah.
landmarks noted in here. Okay.
Yeah, it's not specific to any one location. It's more of an overview for the continent.
All right, we're gonna have to. I'll have to find a way to swing us by the big green tree sometime later.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now that here in Jigow, no one would really, most people don't really carry maps. They just, off the top of their noggin, they know it. They don't have any professional cartographers.
I've also tried to find where did
More of a backwater town.
where
You
did
can't find
that
many
commander
professional smiths.
want us to go?
Uh,
Nearby the Emeralds, just nearby the Emerald Loop.
hmm He did recommend that you could ask the merchants of the Emerald Loop there if you wish to gain more information about specifics.
Ooh,
Since he wasn't very.
let's see. Where on earth is that little trinket? There it is.
But regardless.
Also, is that something you want to just leave spinning on the table? I mean, we are in public.
It's just an old piece of metal.
A valuable old piece of metal.
Oh, I realize I have a new way to annoy people.
That's never a good thing to hear coming from you.
I didn't realize that the Umber Hulk horn was also a literal horn.
Oh no. No, no, no.
Yeah, it's a blowing horn. It's an instrument.
Let's see. I do have a +5 to performance,
Oh,
even though
no.
I'm not proficient. Oh wait, no. That doesn't you see? Oh no, I have to be proficient in the. Oh wait, no. Wait, actually,
I mean, it's a horn. You can blow it without being proficient, but you can't do a whole. It's not going to sound very pleasant.
All right, Eridanis will attempt to blow the horn with like the worst, like the spittiest, like loosest lips possible blow. So all that comes out is like a very pathetic. It's him blowing air through the horn.
Yeah, it's immediately going to walk over and say, if you plan to blow a horn, can you do that outside? We have people sleeping upstairs. Guests trying to eat.
Ah, yes, my apologies. We're gonna stick that in our bag, but now Eridanis knows he has a horn in his possession.
Hey, Adonis, do me a favor, never play that again.
Thank you for interrupting my cookie eating.
Ho ho ho.
At least be in tune, Jesus.
Hold on, I gotta edit the relationship thing with the party.
Well, you can't
It's just like
expect him to...
BG. God, it's just like Baldur's Gate 3 now. Every time you do something they dislike, Eridanis disapproves.
I was gonna say, this is his first time doing it. Of course, it's not gonna be in tune. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's blowing
I'm
air.
not telling
into-
him not to practice. I'm telling him not to do it right now.
You said ever again.
Damn, he hates all of us.
There's a thing called privacy, Fen.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Anyways, if there's nothing else for us to discuss here, well, actually, no, there is one thing we have to discuss about. Eridanis is gonna pull out the other trinket he has, not the super fun horn. I have so many of these actually. Well, we're gonna pull out a couple of these: the stat frog, the fish, the small deep sea fish.
Oh god.
But then we're also going to finally pull out the one which we actually care about, the Gloomstalker trinket, and we're going to place it on the table.
See, it's a nice
Center.
little, tiny little wooden trinket that seems to already be painted and have some like rope attached to it to be worn as like a necklace or attached to something. The rest are like statuettes.
I must confess I haven't encountered these creatures before.
Hmm.
Is
Well,
there
you're gonna
anything we
encounter
know
that
about
one real
these?
soon.
Is there anything we know about these before we end up trying to hunt this thing for its pelts?
It couldn't
Oh,
be
yeah,
that
plenty.
difficult. It's very tiny by the looks of it.
That's what I was supposing, but apparently that
It's not
commander
the
that needed us to
size,
kill it.
unfortunately.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't to size.
No, they're about, they could probably take up this whole room. Probably.
I suppose that would have been very difficult to carve and put on the table for sale.
A lot of these things, Eridonis, are not to scale because not everything is small.
And the world's all the worse off for it.
You could probably get a statue of that thing. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's small enough.
How
I
the
am
hell?
also learning that the world is much bigger than it seems.
And a lot uglier. Anyways. So besides it not being the exact size of this trinkets, is there anything else we should know?
Yeah, a couple things would probably help. Nerd.
About Gloomstalkers?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was kind of letting you take the wheel on that for what your character might know. You wouldn't encounter Gloomstalkers unless you've commonly visited and traveled the Penumbra Range, which is a massive... it's basically where all the roads stretch through. It's just the wide no man's land of Xhorhas where demons roam and worse things settle. The Penumbra Range is one of the more tame places, however, as it borders the Barbed Fields, which are closer to Roshan and Bazazan itself. How much would you say your characters traveled and patrolled these roads? If you've worked with the Aurora Watch for a long time, perhaps the opportunity would have been offered to you to scout or patrol with a large crew, but that's up to you to decide.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that opportunity did, in fact, present itself at one point.
Would you have taken it?
I want to say yes, but I gave it up for my other mission that I was doing.
Okay, so you haven't properly traveled the Penumbra Range. In that case, if you haven't commonly went across it, you wouldn't really know what a Gloomstalker is besides just what people have told you, and your size estimation is about what you might expect just from perhaps exaggerations. Anything your character might think.
So, like, no tall tales about it, like big exaggerations or anything.
Shadowy, bat-like demons that patrol the range and swoop up anybody who's caught alone. It's more of a cautionary tale, if ever used as one, to never travel alone. But there's also tales that tell you not to travel in groups, so things are a bit tricky in Xhorhas.
Yeah, that about sums it up. Don't have too much personal information, but a lot of stories.
All right, nerd. I am finding a way for us to check out this tree. I need to see it. I must. You can't just call it the. You can't just call it the exemplar and leave it at that. No, I'm not. I don't want to read about it on the wiki. I want to see it for myself.
I don't want to read about it. I want to
wiki.
see it.
Don't you dare cite the wiki in this.
Eridonis can't actually read.
My god.
Hold on real quick. I need to look into my mind bank. So
I'll take out this nifty little spear again.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't any of you fight competently with a spear?
I mean, competently, sure, but it's not my preferred.
Let's see. Wait. Attacks on the target. That misses. Blah, 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 blah. Would you be able to relate the magical properties of this spear?
You would understand them from your time using it.
I guess if you asked me in character.
Well, that is a very fascinating spear, but there are many out there. Is there anything special about this? Or any reason why you seem so willing to part with it?
I pulled it from the head of a shark, and it's been underwater for hundreds of years and still sharp. It does also feel extra light in the grip and seems to shed a light of its own.
So what's the catch? Because you're not keeping it for yourself.
I already have a weapon.
You don't have multiple?
What would I need more than one for?
Seriously? Every weapon has a different purpose. You think I carry this many just for show?
And I have 2 fingers at my disposal.
I carry a sword for self-defense, and a few javelins if I need it in an emergency.
You do you.
Well, if no one else here seems to be wanting to take it, it does seem rather shiny. I wouldn't mind hanging on to it.
How about you, Fun? Any go with a spare?
I don't think so. I'm not really a weapons type of.
I'll take your word for it since you, had to think about it.
I mean, I've never used a spear before, but like a quarterstaff would be fine. But that's not a quarterstaff, that is a spear.
If you think about it, though, a spear is just a quarterstaff with a bit of sharp metal attached to the end of it. Anyways,
I mean, not really. The weight distribution's completely different.
I do have a staff, but I am not one to part with that.
Don't have to. Just letting you know. I'm perfectly fine without a weapon. I'm good. I got my mat.
Alright, well, everyone should carry a dagger. That just goes without saying.
I mean, I have one of those.
Oh, there you go.
A dagger? You mean a weapon for stabbing foes in the back?
No, a convenient handheld weapon for cutting things that need to be cut.
It's not very honorable.
You've never tied anything up and it shows.
of course, if it is on the topic of shooting people in the back, I suppose the index finger always reigns supreme. Anyways, I can hold on to it if you aren't too fond of carrying the spear around. At the very least, it is very bright.
I'll hand it over.
Alright, let me drag it from your inventory to his.
Would make for good nightlight, although it might not be too wise to have a bright light in the middle of the wilderness.
It's in your inventory now.
Excellent, we are going to use the spear as a nightlight.
Alright. Any other conversations to be had? Would your group be ready to move towards rest?
I'd be ready to move towards rest. What about you guys?
Yeah, anytime, really. What's the plan with this thing, Eric? You still holding onto it?
Which thing?
Not sure what it's for yet. But it called out to me. And wouldn't be responsible of me not to see it through.
Yeah, go ahead, keep the weird amulet that talks to you. I think that answers my question just fine.
Right, well, Herodot is going to retire up to his room to paint these figurines.
Just like a real D&D player.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I'm taking the night too. Have fun.
Alright, let's whip this thing out.
Just as out of character knowledge, Since we all learned what the jewel can do,
Mhm.
I'll just put it there for everyone to see.
Yeah, you were told what the jewel is capable of doing, and yeah, you can share that information around if you wish.
Ooh. Very nice.
Hmm.
Alright. Arizona's going to go into his room, place Ty Piercer up in the central area as a nightlight,
Hmm.
and then we're gonna try to re-summon Cetus. And I owe
Gotta
him an
get-
apology.
Suppose in the meantime, while everyone gets up to their rooms, what would be the ritual you would undergo to do so?
We are going to pop open our Book of Shadows, and after muttering a few incantations, we're going to attempt to reach out to the heavens once more and pull out a suspended constellation map. And from it, we're going to look around and eventually settle upon the constellation of Cetus once more before calling out to it. Come, my friend. We still have work to do, and I do owe you an apology for what had transpired down there.
As you perform this ritual, through the nearby window, the moonlight of this spear kind of bouncing off of the walls, you just see the stars in the sky coalesce, and floating through, you see Cetus once more, just swimming around the room in circles. Ready to answer once again. Your room now smelling pleasantly of incense and charcoal.
Awesome. I knew he couldn't stay mad at me.
Seems blissful as a whale can be.
Alright, and with that, we're gonna spend the rest of the night. Well, no, actually, I do have to sleep now. Ah, damn it.
So you'll be resting.
One more fig for the night, and we're good.
Eat a fig and you rest, but in between rests, you do spend your night studying your book and connecting with your eldritch powers to some capacity to swap around your evocations, change what powers you possess.
We do, perhaps, as we lose aspect of the moon, we finally feel the many days of not sleeping catch up to us.
The lethargy hits like a truck.
We're not going to be painting figurines this time around. We're simply going to be trying to catch up on sleep, on several, I'd say, weeks worth of sleep, all in a single night. But on the bright side, after this long rest, we will be far more focused on our magic.
Alright. In that case, on to the others. We'll go up around. Eric, what will be your nightly rituals tonight, before you find rest?
Same thing we do every night. Take out my mistbreaker, try to pry some more barnacles off of it, clean it up. It's gotten probably a little bit worse having been underwater for a while. And so now I'm just reversing the damage.
Yeah. It's coming along, and you've been working at it for a good few days, a long time at this point. It's definitely getting to a point where you're sure with some professional help, it would be in a perfect state. At this point, there's only so many barnacles you can scrape. They've all come off around now, and the only thing left is a major bit of rust that you've begun scraping away and have gotten pretty good work on. You just need to have it treated by a smith.
Once I'm satisfied that that's clean, I'm gonna take out the weird gold jewel again. And I'm just gonna flip it over in my hands and try to recall all the details of that weird, almost vision that I had when I was knocked unconscious in the temple.
Mm-hmm. Sit there and
Trying
recall.
to remember if there's any details that I'd missed.
Are you asking me?
No, I got the transcript.
I was about to say, yeah.
That's what Eric's would be doing.
I want to remember if there's anything I might have missed.
But eight intelligence. Trying to try my best to remember all the important details.
Of course. You can study that as you wish, but that'll be how you spend your night.
Yes,
Do you suppose you'll be attuning to it in this process, or
I
keeping it
might
unattuned?
as well,
All right, wonderful.
at least for the time being.
As you spend the time holding it in your hand and focusing on it, trying to recollect these memories, the vision comes back to you in a wash through your mind. For a moment, you kind of feel your ears starting to pop as if the pressure is nearly changing around you. Nothing intense, just a bit of annoyance. You see a golden light strand from this medallion. Bits of red tinged in but quickly snuffed out before it begins to wrap around your hand and travel up your arm. The necklace readjusts, the size perfect. Ready for you to put it on. Accept it.
I'll do that. I'll put it on and I'll take off my armor and tuck myself into bed.
Alright, go ahead and attune to the item and equip it so that I can see if the +1 AC is auto-applied or if I need to set that up for you.
It didn't do anything.
Cool, I'll have to set that up for you. In the meantime, let me just do that real quick. For now, since that is your night, and I'll go... Oh, wait, here it is right here, actually. It just wasn't activated. Boom. And in your spellbook, you do not have invisibility. I'll add that. But for now, getting over to the last room, Finzyra and Persephone, what will you two be doing for your nightly rituals?
I don't got anything ritual-wise, but... Hey, Fun, you doing alright?
Talking
You
about
seemed really...
earlier.
Yeah.
Eh,
I know shark bites will do that to you, but I want to make sure that you're alright.
the whole situation in general kind of peeved me off, but at the end of the day, I can't
Competitive?
really... Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. I'm just glad that nobody fucking died, though, so... It's whatever.
Clearly the shark didn't want to listen to reason, but he just let them. Or whatever. I'm just like, doing my little funny verse thing on my clothes to make them not all fucked up and mangled from shark teeth.
Your clothes mend to the best of their ability. I believe that that ability does kind of hinge on time. So there
Yeah.
are some... It's been a long time. There's still some tears that weren't able to fully
10
repair.
minutes ago for every 1 minute spent, so I have to like really sit here and fucking wait for it to do it.
Yeah, it's not gonna fully repair, but you get most of the important things mended.
Get some good rest. Feel better in the morning.
As far as, just real quick before we go to sleep, as far as the like amulet or whatever it is that he found, the golden thing, remember how I told you to wake me up if I start like suffocating in my sleep?
Yeah?
I don't know what it is. Maybe just a hunch. But visuals are a bit familiar as far as the dream that I had and what sort of vision we got to see with that amulet. So,
You think your dream was connected to what you saw?
yeah.
Hey, not unheard of. Who hasn't had dreams like that, right?
Well, not everybody is, as I'm things, but yeah.
I think if there's a strong enough link, anyone can see the past.
It's just a little stressful, and I don't know how to really bring it up and talk to the others about it, especially if we're trying to get these other people involved that I know nothing about.
I mean, we broke into a shark cave and saw a weird illusion of a guy. Like, that's not going to be the most outlandish thing to just talk about it.
I mean, I'm just meaning that it took a lot of trust to all of you guys about it. I don't know about telling more people, but
You can keep it from them if you want. It's not like you're going to be hanging around them all the time. Although, no promises that the others won't say anything about it.
Oops. Ignore that.
Good job,
Roll
Eric.
initiative.
I knew it! I always knew this would happen!
The Zara attacked.
No. But
Don't mind me.
that is a little bit what I'm worried about is people being loose-lipped, but we'll figure it out when it happens, I suppose.
I mean, you can just ask.
Ask about what?
Ask them to shut the hell up.
Ah.
Might
I'll
work out, might not.
talk to him about it. Morning. But either way, get some rest. I'm probably just overthinking things, as usual.
Probably.
Roll over, write in my little journal. Go to sleep.
Alright. Will be a bit of a busy night for you, Finzara, as you'll spend the night studying and prepping some new magical spells from your recent experiences with combat and a brush with death once more. Gives you enough time to really think on things and understand more. Steady practice makes perfect. But, regardless, for everyone, you all eventually find rest. And for the night may take a long rest. Content with yourselves for this night at least. And you can awaken whenever you wish.
And so it begins.
What's going on with the door there?
Wait, no, sorry, I was just trying to. My bad.
Aya will just kind of come out and bump into you as she's walking out of her room and say, "Morning."
Ooh, okay, that's excellent.
What? What, Eridonis?
Nothing.
Okay. She'll bump into you as she walks out of her room and say, "Good morning," and then be on her way, if you don't stop her. We'll wait for your group downstairs, by the way. Take your time.
Him again. Okay.
I was wondering if you were like waiting for like the like leader to like the mom to leave so you can start harassing her kid.
Why is he always hogging the? Damn it! All right, well,
He
we're
seems
gonna
to
wait
be
here.
focused on vanity in the morning, washing his hair off in the sink. He seems to have his own personal soaps and ointments he uses, and will kind of look over, having left the door open this time when he sees all of you, quickly finish up what he's doing and just kind of start to walk out, trying not to make eye contact or speak.
Excellent, it's working.
What are you guys
He's already
doing?
intimidated by us.
Why are you going in his room?
His room is the toilet.
Oh, this is a bathroom? Oh, okay. I thought you just walked into his fucking room. I was like, dude.
Gotta
In the
steal
other
his bed
room, you
sheets.
see Dermot trying to like shake Maggie awake, who's just out like a light bulb at the moment.
Oh, that's adorable.
Dermot just says, "Come on, we gotta go. It's morning. Everyone's waking up." Maggie will just, oh, all right. Let's kind of roll out of bed with a loud thud. You all hear it. They need to get bigger doors here. And Dermot says, I agree. We'll try and help her out. Make way, make way. The door's a little bent from the previous morning, as she'll just kind of squeeze through it without much pulling this time and just say, good morning, looking to all of you.
Morning.
Morning.
See you all later. Soon.
Yeah.
See you later.
You too. Excuse me.
Oh boy.
Just mind her way along, and
It's crazy
Dermot
that
will.
we still don't do ogre accommodations that well.
Dermot says, shockingly not here. I guess they don't get a lot of visitors who are ogres, but yeah, you'd be surprised.
I'm sure it's much better in Arizona. Everything is.
You don't get a lot of ogres up in that area, I hear.
Really?
Or goblins. Yeah, mostly just drow.
I guess that's not too surprising.
All the noble houses and fancy folk. Oh well. He'll mind his own and get on his way.
It's too early to be ruining his day.
I'm surprised you held yourself back at all. Actually, almost done in there.
Fucking peeking. Okay. You can probably go without him.
Oh,
The line outside the bathroom has formed. Eric, so you here? Oh, I see. Never
Alright,
mind. I just got
There we
back.
go.
Just leave the door open while you're taking care.
Oh
Crazy.
boy, I do
Find
need to
your
find
way out.
a. I do need to find a toothbrush.
The D&D calamity has been solved. It turns
The
out, yeah,
D&D
D&D
calamity.
characters do use the bathroom.
Oh, hold on, so everyone else is down there, right?
Go ahead.
All right.
Count it. The only time this has ever happened.
What? Someone
I
using
feel
the
like-
bathroom?
Now
One
I
can
feel like
only
doing
hold
it
it
just to
in for
be a
so
part
long.
of it.
It's been like a month at this point or something.
All right, we are going to take out our bottle of airs.
Our
Okay.
bottle of piss.
All right, our bottle of. Unfortunately, I don't have that.
Girardi.
But you've given me another idea. Thank you.
I don't remember.
It's this one.
Anyways, we're gonna
We'll
pull out the
find it.
bottle of airs
Find
value,
this
and we're
one.
going to we're just gonna clean our teeth with that.
Oh god.
I told you he doesn't like. There we go.
Use a nice a rice spirit to wash your teeth.
Yep.
Alcohol, so
I left behind.
at least disinfect them, but
Where are
your
you?
mouth does smell
Where are you going?
weirdly of rice.
Why are you leaving? Eric's come back.
Natural and earthy.
I'm
Bro
eating my
fucking
gum.
ran. Don't fucking laugh.
At the table and eat your meal as Eric's vanishes out of the
Fuck
building.
off. Yeah, he fucking left.
Eric's, you find yourself over by the turtle, which seems to just be chewing away at food from this cart.
Gotta look
Massive
over at the
thumb.
turtle.
It's got a very wide variety of food to choose from here. It just doesn't mind you, it's eating away.
You wouldn't happen to know where any elemental shards are, would you?
Turtle's eye, kind of, while still eating, just focuses towards you. Slowly.
I say.
Starts to take a bite out of the Yuyo.
I figured as much. Never hurts to ask, though.
One of the Yuyos kind of fall out of the cart onto the
Oh
ground.
shit! No, fuck! I should have sat there. God damn it! You're gonna fucking.
Nerd, I have a problem.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what? What's
I'm
the problem?
active on the second floor, but I'm actually on the first floor.
Right then, here's a solution.
What's the problem,
Perfect,
Zara?
Thank you.
What? Huh?
Anyways,
I-
breakfast kebab, and also we're gonna pull out the horn.
Oh,
We're not
no,
gonna play.
I knew
We're
you
not
were
gonna.
gonna...
We're not gonna. We're not gonna do anything with the horn. We're simply going to pull it out and place it on the table as a subtle threat.
Herodotus,
A subtle threat.
Herodotus. You should switch spots with me.
Not doing anything.
Switch spots with me.
I'm not doing anything.
Switch spots.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why?
Yeah, no,
Get up.
genuinely, why?
Because he's been bugging the fucking dude the whole time. See, look, see, they're switching spots. See, oh my god,
Excellent.
Okay, problem solved, right?
Excellent.
oh my god, you're such a fucking pest. Bugging him so much.
I didn't. All Eridanus did was sit down and place the
It's
horn
not
on the
about what
table.
you did today. It's about what you did yesterday.
I choose to believe me and Dermot exchange looks at this.
Well,
Dermot's
some of
kinda-
us.
Shrugs his
Some of us
shoulders and he
simply-
looks at you.
Look, some people say live and let live, and that sometimes the next day is simply meant to be a new page turned.
You
A
need to
fresh leaf.
apologize.
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, nope.
Oh my god.
Nuh-uh.
Listen, it's not an issue until they make it an issue while we travel.
Oh. Right. Avoid an issue. In general.
We're all adults here. We can handle our own. We can handle our own diplomacy.
Sure are. Regardless, while morning conversations are happening, Ao is going to kind of lean back in her chair, the legs kind of, say, front legs floating up a little bit, and we'll just say, so, when will you be ready to depart? We're ready whenever.
I think we're about the same, right? No one has any outstanding things they need to do.
Oh no.
There aren't any good blacksmiths in town.
Hey, sure said some. There's probably a good one over at Bazazon. Or a watch gets to go somewhere. Oh
Regardless,
yeah, sounds like we're ready.
just say, well, wonderful to hear. Let's go. We'll get on the road, and I suppose who would know the route better? Looks over to Dermot and Maggie. Dermot will say, well, I've never been there personally, but
I live there.
oh, they will say, wonderful. In that case, your group can lead the way, and we'll take a side route not too far off.
Works for me.
Travel our own ways, but keep nearby. We'll meet at the Emerald Loop.
Sure thing.
And her and her group will kind of stand up after finishing off their meals. Maggie's usual of eggs, bacon, and other things. They'll get up and head on out.
Okay, before we head out.
Don't take too long, we're supposed to be leading.
No, that's all. I've got my supplies.
Alright, let's move.
Y'all just fucking
Heading out.
file out the fucking...
The last time you'll see the unbroken tusk as you'll depart, and Agath will wave to all of you saying, goodbye, hope to see you all again sometime.
Thanks for the food.
Of course. See you next year if you arrive. And with that, your group
We
begins
head out.
departure. With the other group traveling a decent pace behind you, enough to provide privacy to both sides as you'll be on your way.
Alright, now do we head out along the race field?
You head out through the Black Isles, which is the big arrow down here that says to Emerald Loop.
Oh, it says right there, Channel Loop.
Woo!
My bad, I can't read.
The other road that points towards the westward direction is towards Uzrin, which is a orc swamp village.
That sounds
Wait.
fun. Let's go there.
No.
You would know, you have to give a little extra lore while we wait for Eridanis to catch up. You would know that this is one of the villages that was more recently pulled into the empire, or the dynasty, rather. And is a bit tumultuous in that regard. They are not big fans. But regardless, you begin your journey on the Penumbra Range. And as it does, I need to get the map ready. So, I have two maps. I have the Known Realms of Exandria one, which we've been using for a while. I also have a map, which is pretty much just of Wildmount. And I think it's a little more detailed for Jorhas. We can use that one if you want, or we can just use the normal map we have. Leave that up to you guys.
I mean, your house map sounds about right.
Yeah, the more detailed one.
Hey, let's do it.
Alright.
It'd be weird to use the world map.
I was just making sure, because I'm going to have to add it to the top bar. I'm just go ahead and giving it a look. Yeah, it's a little more detailed by the looks of it. Let me check that and make sure that's actually true, and I'm not just, talking mad smack.
Hey, Eric, how's that thing feel on you? You're not getting sleepy, right?
Feels like any hunk of metal.
Good. I want to make sure, because last time you passed out.
That was before I'd even touched the thing.
You didn't touch it? That just happened. It was in your hand.
Well, perhaps taking a liking to him.
Alright, you should
I guess so.
you should now see the map, the mini nations of Wildmount.
Ooh.
Nations of Wild.
Oh, that is... Wow, nice.
That's fresh.
Slightly more detailed, so you can see things in better view.
Oh no, we gotta go back to the other map. This one does not point out the arboreal exemplar.
That is perfectly
You
fine.
can see it right there.
But it has been blessed with its own title.
True.
We're
Either way.
not stopping at the arboreal exemplar.
We aren't?
No.
Oh, that's a... Well,
could.
that's
Oh, we can move the "you are here."
that's
You have to
Oh,
tell.
a
yeah.
non-negotiable.
Uh-oh, hold on.
Ooh,
You know what? Yeah, you can move it. Please don't. I'm just gonna request that you don't. Try to avoid that.
Or who's drawing that line?
As the journey begins, let me go ahead and get you the chapter card for the next chapter, the leave taking.
Ooh.
Put that in the art channel.
Another chapter, so we level up, right?
No, you got your level up.
Not over there, no.
Stop! What the
What are you
hell?
doing?
Nothing.
And there's your new map. Or new chapter card, rather,
On the title screen, or no?
in the art channel.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, damn, this guy's
Pretty.
pretty.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Alright, let me get my read-ups for this chapter.
Stop moving the
Very nice.
Where did it go? What the hell? Why is it
Top in the
over
corner of
there?
the map, near the ship.
Nothing's happening.
It's...
Anyhow, as the most experienced explorer and navigator of the squad, Eridanis will be taking control of our travel path.
Are you? Oh. I
He
see.
sure will be, and I'll be walking in front of him.
Well, it says here on the map that Battlezan is this way.
Just
Suppose walking in that direction in a straight line couldn't hurt.
A straight line.
I'm gonna have to remove your perms to drag this thing. Hold on.
Alright, my bad.
There you
Good to
go.
What a
Played
tyrant.
with it too
Anyway.
much. Now it's gone.
Alright, I'm just checking some information real quick so you can talk as you guys are heading out of the city onto the proper road.
I'm guessing the landscape more or less resembles
the artwork that we see over here, or the splash
Yes.
art.
It's very accurate. There are large mountains and sheer cliff sides, but around here it's not too. It's more just desolate wastes with the occasional flora and nature scattered about. Though incredibly uncommon. No massive barbs yet. That's more reserved for, well, the barbed fields. But here, I'll get you a picture.
Are the skies always this color in the world, or are these particular technicolor heavens unique to?
That's a bit of a. That's a bit of a picture, a way of the art drawing it. For some reason, the weird cloud shapes that kind of show the moons.
But the colors, but the colors aren't.
The colors being very weird, and I would say it would range, but yeah, kind of more magical and fantastical colors would blot the Jorhassian sky. Weirdly beautiful for where you currently are.
Eridanus would definitely be taken by the color of the skies. Colors here.
Here's a more proper image of the Penumbra Range, which is where you'll be traveling. It's desolate wastes.
Yo, they got stick salesmen.
Wait, where?
Art chat.
You can see the arboreal tree out in the distance in that image, but not.
Oh yes, it's right there.
Didn't even realize till now. Either way, I'm just checking my things here.
Well, you know what? Now that we are outside and relatively far away from any kind of civilization and civilized company, besides my companions here.
Mm-hmm.
Concerning? What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Everything he says is concerning. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it.
We are going to try to actually properly play this horn. Let's try, it's, I guess, a performance check?
Alright. If you want to... Are you proficient in it?
I am not proficient in horns, unfortunately.
Then just roll a d20 without adding any proficiency. I guess if you want to add your performance modifier, you can. I'll let that happen, sure. I'll just keep in mind you aren't proficient. So, it's a horn. It's not very complicated. There's a bit of a feel to blowing it, but you're able to make out a loud to herald your leave. And the first question I'll ask all of you to decide. While traveling, there are 3 paces you can take. Normal, fast, and slow. You'll have to choose which one these will be. These would obviously extend the distance of your journey. Each comes with its benefits and its flaws. Normal would be, well, as the name implies, the most normal. No specific stealthiness or subtlety, but at the same time just nice and slow, taking your time to breathe in the sights and keeping a good pace. You would understand Persephone. This would take you... I'm just trying to check if this is... trying to check the distance here, because it's written a bit weird. Alright, it would take you 12 days in total to get to Bazazan in a normal pace. At a fast pace, it would take you about 9 days, but you know that would probably increase the challenge going through, but you'd get there much quicker, whatever that's worth. And then a slow pace, very nice and steady, taking 15 days for your journey to be complete overall, but with significantly less risk.
There's only one question I have.
Mm-hmm.
What pace does it seem like the other party wants to go?
They'll follow whatever pace you take for the sake of decisions. You're the ones leading the way after
they
all.
will follow. What do they want?
Alright, if you go out of your way to ask them, Ao will step up to the plate and say, "Well, I want to figure this out as fast as possible, and what's life without a little danger? I'd go for a fast pace. Keep things quick."
Noted. It's like the Oregon Trail consulting the. I think we can start off with fast. Any objections to that?
Nope.
Okay, fast it is.
It will have increased dangers. I'm not sure all of us might be up for that.
So, does that mean that you don't want to do a fast pace? Because everyone seemed fine with it.
I'll look around the group at all the other faces. Fast pace will be fine.
Alright.
Maggie will kind of look over to you and say, "Are you sure? I mean, I'm not the fastest. We can go slow if we want. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with taking our time to stop and smell the, trees."
Just for the first day. We can reevaluate after. Might as well get there as quick as possible the first time, right?
I'm just not one to take any untoward risks.
Being in this place is a risk in general.
But taking in the sights could do us well after having run around in those underwater caves.
My thoughts to myself.
Well, now's the time to keep your thoughts to everyone.
No.
Just share your thoughts.
I'm fine going the pace we are. I just found
Everyone
some
else say.
comments funny.
Everyone will say, it seems like there's a tiny bit of a divide. I mean, if we want, we could take the inverse of starting out normal and then deciding how dangerous it is from there, right? Somewhere in the middle for everyone. Looks around to everyone.
Eridanos really doesn't have much of an opinion. We're just gonna keep on playing the horn here. Hey, I rolled a 24 on that horn. You guys can't stop me.
Reasonable enough, Dermot. This is everyone's first time here, right? So, we can go normal for a bit. We'll kick it up after.
Maggie will just kind of clap her hands and say, "Wonderful! Alright, lead the way." All of them looking towards your group, as I assume you'll
We
begin
lead
leading
the way, yes.
Alright,
Setting
there
off.
you go. Alright. So, as travel goes on, it will take you... Let's get a look here at the old chapter card. 8 days to reach the Emerald Loop caravan stop. In that time, you will have encounters to deal with as your group sees fit. So, for the most part, we're going to kind of be shotgunning through them a little bit. Just moving along our way and hitting them as we go along. On the first day of your travel, or few days, I suppose, and for the sake of it, I should also mention that it will be, I don't know the word, expedited, I suppose, as far as describing the intricacies of the travel. We're going to go from encounter to encounter here. The first few days of your travel go relatively smoothly, but eventually you come across your first thing of interest on the road. Before we get there, however, let me get the new music on for travel. And ambience.
Doing music.
Since we're speedrunning travel, we might as well just speedrun the milestone.
You know, I think he's got a point.
I don't.
What a tyrant.
What a tyrant indeed. Let me check my music here.
Music. Ooh, Dr. Doom does as he pleases.
We are throwing on. Where the hell is this song?
Like trumpet for 1 hour.
Sayana. That's really loud.
I haven't heard you cough once yet, nerd. I'm impressed.
You know how it is. I'm keeping it up. Medicine's doing its work. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so, the first bit of your travel, the first encounter will approach itself. Let me go ahead and get the map. Leave taking. To describe the scene before I put you on to the map, in the distance, you spot what looks like an overturned wagon in a ditch on one side, to the side of the road. The ox that would have been pulling this wagon normally is nowhere to be seen. And you see the harness from a distance looks obviously torn. Looks like something is buried underneath the wagon, but you can't make it out from afar. Would you like to investigate?
Yes, please.
Does the overturned wagon look like... Are there any signs of like arrows stuck in it, or any signs of any kind of attack nearby, or is it just an overturned wagon?
I'll describe that when I put you on the map. Since you have to get a little closer to see specific details. I just had to get your tokens ready here. Skadoop, let me get all your familiars now. Gotta get your carry-ons.
Okay.
Carry-ons.
There you go. And
The shame
first
I'm not going
meeting.
artillerist. I could have had a nerd deal with another.
Oh, so the mount is dead.
There's a dead horse there. That was the map maker's fault, as the book described it, that the mount was gone. So,
We'll
don't
just
mind that.
theater the mind
Oh,
that
I
it's
got it.
gone.
Yeah, just we'll scratch it away. The horse is dead. There was a horse pulling it, and it is dead. There you go.
There is no horse.
There is a
There's no
horse.
horse.
There is a
There's no
horse.
With me.
There is a horse, and it is dead. My previous description was incorrect. Retcon. Whoosh.
Whoa!
Well, that gives us cause for concern.
Well, further cause for concern would be the fact that there appears to be bodies
Well,
underneath the wagon buried.
Yeah.
And
I'm just gonna immediately rush up to the cart, try and like lift a bit to try and get them out, pull them out. Words.
You'll investigate. You'll try and lift the cart itself.
Just a bit, yeah.
whilst
Can I get some help with this?
these two are trying to lift up the wagon or the cart, what does it seem like they were transporting here? I see there's grain, a bag of grain over here, some boxes, strong box over there.
Yes. For that, you would have to investigate the interior of the cart, because it's a bit lifted, or raised. If you would like.
I'm guessing simply investigation check is in order. Let's try it.
Your character would be right about here,
What
probably.
do the surroundings look like? Is there like I see there's hills on one side. Is that
Many
maybe a cliff?
hills. Yes, I would say there's a light cliff over there, to the side, but it's a bit of a distance off.
What hills?
It's these, like, small divots. I would say each of these themselves would go up about, for the sake of keeping things interesting, just like 10 feet.
Kind of like it would be a good place for an ambush.
Yes.
It looks like it. Could we send,
Very.
whilst everyone else is working, could we send Cetus to do a very quick look over the area? This looks to have happened relatively recently, all of this.
Yes. So you'll send Cetus to where?
Could he just fly as high up as I suppose as we can, just to get a quick overview or survey of the area around us?
We'll have him go about 100 feet in the air, right?
Yeah.
As he's flying and you're investigating the interior of the cart, you go over to this lockbox and pop it open. And as you do, something attacks.
Excellent. I love it.
What the?
Let's see it.
Oh my god, oh no.
No,
These things.
Join initiative.
Oh,
Oh
As
boy.
what looks like 3 wispy spirits seem to apparate from behind loose crevices and cracks within this cart. You can't see them, you can only see like flickering electricity kind of jolting around as they begin to hover closer. The air feels strange.
Oh, boy.
charged with electricity. This is going to be fun.
And let's throw on some music of the combat variety. What the hell do I have picked? Nothing. Cool. Being 6 been a bitch. For now, we'll throw on one of our older songs and just keep it like that. Alright. Is everyone ready for initiative?
Yep.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Will-o-wisps roll quite high, further emphasizing their ambush. As initiative begins, the first of the will-o-wisps will fly forward to attack Eridanis. Being
Nice.
invisible, it will get advantage on this attack. Just checking its abilities real quick, don't mind me.
Oh god.
Ooh.
This is not going to be fun.
Ooh. Cool. It is going to make a shock attack against you. With advantage. That hits. Unless you have anything to stop it.
Nope.
And there's the damage. As you'll feel a course of electricity sting you and then course through your body momentarily, as you now see before you what looks like a hovering, glowing mass of electricity. What looks to be some sort of spirit, perhaps, that is agitated and ready to attack. The next wisp will go. Once again, flying to attack you, as you are the first one in the cart. With advantage. That
Ouch.
hits. There's your damage. 9 points of lightning. No longer invisible once more. Benzyra, you are up as you just hear Eridanis shouting, and you see what looks like faint electricities flying out of the cart.
Fucking far away are you? Hey, brother.
But you can just barely see him in his form.
I do indeed. Ooh, oh, him and the thing.
Mm-hmm. He is slightly obstructed by the cart itself, but not enough to be a worry.
Oh, boy, buddy. You got yourself in an interesting situation. That and
Eridanis is now the designated tank of the party.
that's it. Let me open this since I didn't. I gotta grab my little funny fucking. He's here. If my familiar dies, I'm gonna be very upset. But at the same
Well,
time,
what does your familiar plan to do? I believe it's a bonus action to command it.
that's it.
I don't know
I
what
thought
it
it
is.
could
I'm just
just-
asking you.
I thought it could just move by itself.
What it normally is you roll it separate initiative, but we've never done that. We've just done it after your turn.
Okay, so after your turn, you can command your familiar then.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. It's a little rough.
Yep.
The reason why it's rough is because you can have your familiar deliver a spell for you. But it's Selah. I think I can technically get there. Oh boy. Alright. Well, fuck it. We're just gonna do it. Fuck it, we ball. Since you currently need it more than I do in this relative moment, here you go, buddy. You get more fucking AC. Congratulations, you've been chosen.
Mage
You
armor.
can only cast it on yourself.
Can you?
You might, yeah. I think that's the case.
That's
you
a touch spell. You can
touch
touch
a willing
anyone.
creature who isn't wearing armor.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Ooh, yippee! 14 AC. Let's do this. Now we're gonna.
Yeah,
So
13 plus
Eridanis,
dex.
if you click... Yeah, you got it. Never mind. You get it. Alright.
Eee, there you go.
You cast out the mage armor upon Eridanis and just brace for what's to come. As this will-o-wisp sees you fly up, it's going to go for you,
Great.
as you're a new target for it to
Oh,
attack.
boy.
Just real quick. Sorry about it.
That is a pretty high roll from what the dice said, but I can't really see the result yet.
Blech.
21 to hit.
Oh, do they have a
It's
surprise
gonna
round?
fucking do it. Go for
No,
it.
They're invisible.
they're just invisible. Go for the damage.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright.
block that, yeah. Wait,
12
that's
points of
ouchy.
lightning damage. And that will be the end of its turn as it's no longer invisible.
Wait a minute. Blind sight.
Huh? You
Hold
had
on,
blind
hold on.
sight?
I gotta look up blind sight. Wait a second. Without sight in a specific radius. Cetus has 120 feet of blind sight. I wonder if you would have been able to see these things unless they made a
They were
stealth
hidden
check.
in the cart. They were
Oh,
hidden
okay.
in the
Got
cart,
it.
so you wouldn't have been able to see them. Regardless, that's that. Then, yeah. Eric's, you're up.
They're invisible now, right?
There, yeah,
All
they're now
three.
visible. You just see floating globules of electricity and spark.
I'm gonna do something unwise.
We like to see it.
I'm gonna just try to grab one of these will-o-wisps.
Probably this one that's right in front.
You'll want to attempt to grapple it.
Are
Yeah.
they made of light?
As you reach your hand in to attempt to grab the wisp, you pass through and you kind of feel your hand charged as you do. You unable to grapple it.
How are we supposed to fight these things? They're incorporeal.
You did feel there was a bit of resistance as you tried to push your hand through, like you could scatter it, but you can't grapple, you can't hold it in place.
I'm going to cast Bless.
Alright. Blessing upon your allies.
How do you target multiple people?
Hold shift and then target them.
Did that work?
Yep. Everyone should be blessed. For the sake of it, though, everyone's going to have to keep it remember that they all have it. There is a marker you can put on your sheet if you would like to. Not, I'll throw it on for you.
Alright, now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking with gas.
And you can only bless the 3 of your party members?
Yes.
Alrighty then. You concentrate in the spell after trying to grapple this thing, and the blessing takes hold. As an earthen energy flows through them. Eridonis, you're up.
Yes, I am. Let's
in a
see.
sticky situation.
I'm hurting quite
A little
badly.
bit of spell flavoring for you first.
Okay,
I
go
like
for it.
to imagine that Eric's Bless feels like, you know when you accidentally swallow water down the wrong tube? And
Yeah.
it feels like you got a cough, but you can't really get yourself to cough.
Oh,
It's like
no.
that.
Oh no.
Feels a bit strange, but
That's terrible.
strangely empowering.
Like it's enough that it makes you just enough like this frustrating feeling that it spurs you into greater action.
Awesome.
Alright, Eridonis.
Well, you know, we could just disengage. That's always a clever thing to do, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's very possible. So you'll disengage from these creatures and attempt to move?
I'm just trying to think of where's good. Yes. Yes, that's what
Would
we
take
shall
5
do.
feet of movement to pull yourself up to one of these cliffs, like pull yourself on top of one of them.
Excellent. In that case, we but Fenzara already cast mage armor on me. So
I
maybe
just
I
didn't
should.
want you getting downed immediately.
No, this must be. We are now the designated tank.
Oh
so
my
what we're gonna
God.
do is we are going to cast.
Buddy.
We're going to cast Hex upon one of these will-o-wisps. We're going to cast it on the one standing right in front of me, the one over here.
Alright.
Awesome. And we are going to use my Cosmic Conduit ability to cast it in. Let's see here. So you're located in the space of an enemy or ally that you can see within 60 feet. Blah blah blah. Space of an enemy, they take 1d6 radiant damage. No one really took any. Actually, Fenzara, we're going to cast it from your space and give you 1d6 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Mostly because I can't cast it on myself.
Alright. Um,
6 temporary hit points. Epic indeed. And with that, screw it. We cast Eldritch Blast at point blank range
Disadvantage, but go for it.
because I feel like it. And Bless applies to attack rolls, right?
Attack rolls and saving throws, so go for it.
Excellent. We're gonna miss this, but I don't care.
These are quite difficult to hit, especially
Yeah,
close range.
I gathered.
Ooh, that's so close, but unfortunately it does miss.
Just.
Small apparitions of light, quite hard to hit.
Well,
Mr. AC is higher.
alright, Eridanos is gonna focus in. Switching breathing. Switching breathing what's manual, let's go.
Breathing, it's a manual.
Fucking pat you on the shoulders. You got this, buddy. You got this.
He's too focused on breathing. He's too focused on breathing manually.
Mate, you're up.
Okay, just passing a glance to the horse real quick. That thing didn't die by being shocked repeatedly, clearly, yeah? Like,
Doesn't
that's
seem
not up
so.
for debate. Yeah.
You wouldn't have time to really investigate the cause of death.
I don't need to
You
investigate.
don't
I
see
just needed
magical
that.
burns.
Same way you kill anything else, with as you choke on the fucking feeling of the water. That's awful. Okay, that definitely misses.
Oh, did you add your... Do you want to add your Bless?
I mean, that wouldn't fix it anyway, for fucking 19, didn't it? Okay, and then this was offhand, so -4.
What a bit of...
Solid 4 damage.
Alright,
Ooh.
that does hit and deals 4 points of damage. Is that a magical weapon?
No.
Oh,
It
no.
doesn't seem to be as effective as you might
Oh
expect
my
it
God.
to be.
Yeah, it's light.
Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
No, never mind. Don't mind me.
Will-o-wisps are up. This one is going to fly over to Finzira for now.
Why?
Give you a shock. This time without advantage.
I
Doesn't
don't
wanna
know
go
what
through
it rolled.
11.
Oh, 15.
12, 13, 14, 15.
If I do this, it'll
Can't seem to hear the combat music. What track is being played?
epic.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Witcher music.
For honor, for to
Default.
song.
Use
Song.
shield. Oh,
Alright, the
shield,
attack
no.
misses.
Hmm.
Just waiting for Eridanos to get it fixed. I think you could just reload your foundry. It should work, right?
Yeah.
Or reload your cache or whatever you want to do. Alright. Regardless, that is the... I'll move the wisp right here, and that'll be the end of its turn. This wisp is going to continue attacking Eridanos. That, unfortunately for it, misses, however. and
Wait,
it won't
what?
be moving.
Oh. Nice. Excellent.
Oh boy.
Finzira, you're up. So the wisps are starting to kind of surround you a bit.
Yeah, I am seeing that. Not great. Alright, well, I have full faith confidence in you, buddy. I'm just gonna fucking take my leave here and fucking disengage and get the fuck out.
Alright, use your action to disengage and attempt to flee. Alright,
Today.
next up is this will-o-wisp who has now been abandoned by its greatest enemy. And it will fly over to attack Persephone.
Are these ranged attacks?
I do not believe so. They are not ranged attacks. I mean, they do shoot out lightning, which travels 5 feet, so it looks ranged, but it's more like magically flying towards you.
Like static.
Yeah. More just you being in its proximity is causing it to electrify you. But unfortunately, it misses. Eric's, you're up.
Well, maybe I can do some electrolysis and clean the rust off my sword that way.
You'll pull your magical sword.
I'm gonna pull the gat on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a thing to say.
Sticking out the
You pull the ass on him.
Pulling out the strap.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Unfortunately, a 13 does not hit.
Good thing we're
Alright,
level
that's all I
5 and
got.
have extra attack, right?
That's all I can do.
Somebody even call it a chopper. Anyways.
Adonis, you're
Chopper,
up.
I hardly know her.
Oh boy, this is gonna suck no matter where I go.
Yeah, things seem strange.
They do indeed.
For the sake of tracking opportunity attacks, by the way, only when you move out of 5 feet of their range. And the same for them moving around in their squares.
Oh shoot, so no matter
You're
which way I
kinda
go, I'm taking an
surrounded,
opportunity
buddy.
attack.
All 3 of them could get an opportunity attack against you, hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
It's
they're
Fight or
gonna.
flight.
They're all within 5
There
feet
is,
of you.
there is a disengage action.
There is. Mhm. What would you like to do, Aerodonis?
Lie down and die. No.
Not a great option.
Shoot. Okay, we're concentrating on Hex. Perhaps we can do just a crumb of something useful.
Just a
Just
crumb.
just a crumb. Anyways, these now are familiars. I believe we can command them on our turn. Let me just check. Let's see. Independently, always obeys its rules, its own initiative. Oh shoot.
Well, we discussed that we just handle it after your turn. It will take its turn.
Oh, then after the last turn, would I have been able to get Cetus to rush over to like fly down as much as he could to get to me? He'd have to move down.
I'll just
oh, yeah.
for the sake of it, I'll just say he was able to reach the ground so that he can do whatever he needs to after your turn now.
Oh, excellent. Okay, well in that case, we're gonna have Cetus
Whenever your
dash
turn ends.
over.
You do have to
Alright.
finish your current turn before Cetus can act.
Got it. All right. Oh goodness, what do we have here? All right, we will disengage,
Alright.
and we will run.
Remember, it takes an extra 5 feet to get to the top of that. Unless you take like one of these paths over here or something.
You know what? Here also. Yep. Here. Here work.
Wonderful. Climbing and stammering over barrels and crates, you manage to make yourself enough of a slippery target to get out without taking any additional attacks. Focusing completely on retreat. You're now safe and out of the way. At the end of your turn?
Yeah. Let me just take a look. There's nothing I can do as a bonus action. Nothing. All right, we're gonna triumphantly stare over at one of these.
Mhm.
One of these things, and we're gonna pull out a fig and take a bite out of it, like like Peter Parker, like Peter Parker in the Spider, like Peter Parker in the one Spider-Man movie.
While you're biting one of your mini figs, it's Cetus's turn now.
Yeah,
That's your last
shoot.
fig, ain't it? Oh, no, it isn't.
I think it. No, it is. It is.
No, it is. Finally. Anyways, what will
Finally,
Cetus
he's
be doing?
All right, we're gonna have Cetus fly up over next to Eric's,
Alright.
and we are going to attempt to have it perform the
action?
the help action. Yes, the help action.
Alright, that'll give it, Eric's advantage on this next attack.
Yes, that's all.
Alrighty.
Alright, back to fucking Will-O-Wisp murdering. How many attacks does it take to get to the center of light?
Slide around the box over here, just kind of sliding over it. That hits.
Oh,
Max
max damage.
go.
Ooh.
It's a 5 piercing because it's resistant.
Yep. Nail on the head.
Bonus action.
Alright.
23. Okay. Nice 4. For just 2 solid strikes through, barely doing anything, but still.
You feel the blade impacting something. It's like hitting air, but it does have a bit of resistance as it just slides right through, and you watch the static kind of discharge and scatter for a moment before reforming.
The hell even are these things?
The Will-O-Wisp's turn.
Oh no.
I was gonna flip a coin.
I can feel it.
Will he lose 10 gold immediately? He will lose 10
Let me make
gold
an attack
immediately.
against Cetus.
You son of a bitch!
Here it comes, here it comes!
Fine.
Here it comes, here it comes!
It has no preference on target.
Oh,
No.
there he goes. Bye-bye!
Oh, that's it, Persephone. Oh, fuck you, Persephone.
Bye-bye!
It was gonna happen no matter what. It was gonna flip a coin. These things aren't specific to attacking any particular creature. But Cetus loses 8 HP and is deformed now.
I thought he had 10
Scattering.
HP.
He's got 5.
He's got 5? I thought he had 10. My bad.
Scattering back to the stars once more.
Oh no, you know what? That's it. None of you guys are getting any temporary hit points. We're only casting on Cetus now. He needs to beef up.
He's still bulked up.
Be careful, he's a boy in high school and he's gonna change his pack boon to Pact of the Chain.
Cetus
I'm gonna
is no more.
do it. I'm gonna do it.
This Will-O-Wisp is gonna make an attack against Eric's.
Gonna go Pact of the Blade for 1 level just to go John Wick on all the wisps.
It misses Eric's. Then Zyra, you're up.
Oh boy. Quick
God.
question. I don't know how it works, but does the magic missile get the bless or no?
No, it
You don't
doesn't
even
roll.
need to roll it for that.
Yeah, Magic Missile doesn't roll at all.
Okay. Just making sure.
You just roll the damage.
Okie Just making sure. They're all
Yep.
gonna get a face full of magic. You must be targeting at least 1 token. Well, motherfucker, I'm targeting 3 tokens. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Do you have your token selected? Like your own? I guess just target 1 token for the time being, maybe.
Yourself.
I know, right? Target
No,
myself.
not target yours. Do you have your tokens selected? Like, you have
Why
an
would
orange
I
barrier
not?
around it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, just target one of them and shoot it if it's not letting you target
I
multiple.
aim a magic missile directly at me!
Is it letting you
Do
cast
not
it?
ask me
Yeah.
why.
It's just being weird and not letting me do multiple, but I'm
Alright, it's fine.
doing it at each
Roll
one of
damage.
them.
Ooh, max damage. That is...
5 each.
Yeah, 5 damage each. Alright. And let me check their resistances. They are not resistant to force, believe it or not.
Epic.
They
I
were, I
believe
would
it.
scream.
Or,
One of them looks like it's starting to begin to dissipate as your missile strikes each of them and they kind of scatter out momentarily before collapsing back in themselves like a star supernova.
for moral mental support, my familiar's just gonna go and rub up against Adonis's leg to give him comfort.
Rips over pot.
Remind him of what he lost.
This Will-O-Wisp
trying to
was going
comfort
to strike Persephone just loosely floating around you as it does. Missing.
Man,
Eric's,
I'm
you're up.
great at dodging
Here's a
lightning.
question. Since
Quiet.
Cetus took the help action on its turn, but it's not alive right now. to see it through.
Oh, yeah.
How did you gain advantage?
That's a great question, honestly. You know what? For the sake of Cetus's well-being, I'll say it still counts as a help action. Go for it. I'll say he took the action, so it'll go through.
Every single time
guy.
Cetus dies, Eridanus immediately collapses to his knees and just starts screaming into the void.
Cetus used himself as a distraction to assist in this
Yeah,
strike.
but even worse.
That's the answer.
I love Will-O-Wisp. I love Will-O-Wisp.
Eridanus, you're up.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck this one in particular.
Eric's trying to do anything in combat challenge impossible mode.
The
if only we had
19
extra
AC
attack.
destroyers. Eldritch Blast with a bless.
Man, I can't even hit a regular ass goblin, let alone a
Feeling
Will-O-Wisp.
inspired by the fox rubbing against your leg and
No, I am
infuriated,
enraged by Cetus's passing.
infuriated by the passing. This mix of emotion lends to you absolutely annihilating that Will-O-Wisp. It's not dead, but it's close. I added a slash to its health, which did make it. Hold on a second. Oopsie.
Oopsie doopsie.
See.
Minus 700 health.
Yeah, I kind of did that actually. But there you go. It's
After,
very close to dead.
after collapsing to his knees and screaming hysterically, Eridanus is gonna rise back up, fire off an Eldritch Blast, hit this Will-O-Wisp with his own, with his own wisp of starlight.
The body seems to be kind of scattering and beginning to disperse. Like it's dispersing in multiple directions, like it's ready to burst.
All right, and with that, we're just gonna head right back into the fray. We're gonna pull out the what do we have here? We're pulling out the Tide Piercer. We're going in.
Alright.
You pull out your
It's
spear
fine.
and you ready yourself.
Oh,
Ah!
Persephone, you're up.
I see my opening. There's a will-o-wisp here that could use death.
You're good. Are you the one to give it?
I sure hope so.
Get him! Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
The answer is yes. That is max damage. Okay.
Just enough damage to kill it.
Oh yeah. All
And
right.
with that, I'd like to
So
I'm gonna
let's-
come back around with a backswing for the second sword.
I believe to move your hex to bonus action.
Oh yeah. So it's on my turn. Yes.
21.
Okay, 21 hits.
It takes 1 piercing damage.
Dude.
1 point of damage.
My favorite.
Mwah.
Giffins.
My favorite. And then because I have
Save that
mobile
one.
now, I will not
Oh.
take an opportunity attack, and I'm gonna back up 2 paces. Just jumping off the crate backwards.
Oh yeah, mobile. I was about to say. Okay. This
Yeah.
will-o-wisp is going to continue attacking Eric's. But, as luck would have it, it's a battle's missing between the paladin and this will-o-wisp. And Zyra, you're up.
Some things should never change.
This one's been hurt before, yeah?
Or never changes. It's been hurt.
We have
By
like
your-
the
by your
same
magic
AC
crystal.
and hit
One's
bonus.
bloodied.
This one's worse.
Oh, that one's worse. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Honest.
That's actually completely true, I think, Eric's. Hold on. What's your hit bonus?
I've got 16 strength, so plus 5.
Oh, it's got a +4. Slightly under. A wisdom save for the lowest one. Got it.
It's a D12.
Not very wise, but wise enough.
Damn.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Alright,
Well, you know.
see you into that.
I don't really want to put my little dude in the line of fire, so he's just gonna come over to me. Alright, here we go.
This will-o-wisp is up, and instead of flying towards Persephone, it's going to fly around to Eridonis.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, let's see it.
As it remembers you.
It remembers. It doesn't forget.
But unfortunately,
Put
it
your
missed.
paws up. Hey, you miss.
Eric's, you're up. Let's see what you got, buddy.
Alright, well, first off, I'm gonna step away from this one in front of me.
Okay. Letting it take an opportunity attack.
Yep.
Gonna hit ya. Warning you now.
Gotta
Rat
miss.
Tried.
Hit Persephone with that magic effect.
Yeah, it has a.
Ah,
Now watch this. This is how you hit an attack.
See it.
is it?
Ooh, it is.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. You hit with your
Exactly.
magical
Wasn't there?
sword.
So this is magical slashing,
Uh-huh.
Sure is.
but this is also something that I don't like.
Huh?
Oh.
What does that mean?
Uh-oh.
Are you gonna smite it?
Uh-oh. Oh!
That's a little bit of damage. Yeah, radiant deals
Just a
normal
crumb.
damage
Just a
to this
crumb of
thing.
damage.
It had 8 health, so it is sufficiently annihilated. As you strike out, how do you want to describe your smite? As I believe this is the first time you've smote something.
Oh well, you have to come back to me on that. I gotta think about it for a second.
Think about it for a little bit, but we'll get back to you on that description. Just tell me when you're ready.
Bonus action. Hex this stupid thing. Shoot it.
All right, I got a good idea for this flavor here. As I
yeah.
cleave into it and wrench Mistbreaker free from the incorporeal wispy stuff, the light that made up his body starts like changing from the color it currently is to like almost a verdant green, and then roots seem to sprout from thin air from where that wound was, and it brushes in on itself and falls to the ground.
Wonderful. As it The root pile falls to the ground, and the wisp's itself energy is completely dispersed. Little bits of electrical strands kind of going out through the roots. Right?
I should have purchased more incense. I was such a fool.
Eridanos, what would you like to do? Maybe you can find some in the cart, eh?
No! No!
Was that with Bless? It was. Okay, you missed.
Do you want to re-roll it? You want it, buddy? I can let you re-roll.
Hang on. Is there anything else we can do here?
Yes, I can let you re-roll.
Bonus action, move your X.
That what? Yeah. I already moved it. I already moved it onto the creature, onto the other will-o-wisp.
Up to you, buddy.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna stand right here.
Okay. Doesn't want the reroll. Got it.
I mean, is it a spell or?
It's
a
my
spell, right?
chronal shift. It basically lets you re-roll your
That's
dice.
Class feature.
How many times can you use it again?
It's a reaction.
I mean, how many times?
Twice.
Can
How
you
many
use it
times?
per- Twice per long rest or short rest?
Long rest, yeah.
I'd rather not. We've got this in the bag. Herodon's just being suicidal, so.
And on the road, I should mention you won't be sure when your next long rest will be, but probably not until you reach the Emerald Loop.
Exactly. So we're just gonna stand here. Actually,
Alright.
yeah, we're just gonna stand here.
Standing behind your valiant. Oh, never mind. You surge forward and ready yourself for what's to come. Persephone, watching Eridanos just move past Eric's and surge forward, what would you like to do?
Ah, hell.
Hells.
Yeah. Ba 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 ba. Oh, 20. Lovely.
Hits. All your attacks have managed to.
Not all of them. Definitely not
All of them. Every single one.
No.
Watch it. That's a hit. You're about to roll.
You had to
All of
say
them.
something.
Every single one
That's
of them.
my second attack I've missed so far.
Every single attack's hit.
But
Anything else
yeah,
you'd
the
like
first one just comes clean through, and then I go around for the second one, but I realize I'm almost gonna hit Eridanos' spear tip, so I pull back a bit.
Mm-hmm. Alright. It is the Will-O-Wisp's turn.
What's it gonna be, buddy?
It will attack Eridanos.
The D3? Who's the
Yep.
third?
I had to pick between.
It was gonna do this if it wanted to attack Eric's. They can hit
Let's
any of you.
go. I'm not afraid.
That hits you.
I'm not
And
afraid,
there's
he says.
damage, Eridanos.
I'm dead. Wait, no, I'm not.
Oh, you're fine, you got 2 HP.
I'm
People typically
dead.
go
I'm not
unconscious
afraid.
first.
Oh,
No,
on,
just
saving throw.
straight to death.
Hey, you know, Eridanos, I really appreciate that you took all the damage this encounter and no one else.
Alright, you maintain concentration and stay
That's
up.
not
However
true.
you
I took
feel
damage.
as you grow closer towards unconsciousness, you can almost feel this thing siphoning life energy from you. As
Excellent.
it does.
I have no fear. I've lived a good life.
Oh no.
What the hell?
Your suicidal warlock surging forward. What would you like to do, Finzai?
Oh boy, buddy, oh pal. Hang on.
Toll the dead! Toll the dead! Woo-hoo-hoo.
Wow, 1 damage. Wow.
Well, let's see if it even matters, eh?
No, it doesn't.
You know, you tried.
Epic. Oh,
I can tell you now
Hmm.
that it's resistant to necrotic damage as well,
well.
even though it's not as efficient. So, just for now.
Alright.
Come on, Alex, I believe in you. Yeah!
That hits
Yeah, baby!
and
Yeah,
takes
that's
14
coming.
points of
I think I
damage.
got it.
That is just enough to put it down. As
Oh,
you
yeah.
slash forward, striking through this creature, you watch lightning encompass your blade for a moment before it's almost absorbed and then immediately dispersed outward, spreading into a momentary shower of dust that dissipates, disappears, and no longer exists. The fight being won, and the day being yours.
Excellent.
Man, that thing's impressive. You doing alright,
Wait.
Adonis? You got shot quite a bit.
Eridonus immediately sinks to his knees, clutching onto the spear,
that's-
of the spear shaft for support.
You can continue role playing if you wish, but I'm gonna use the restroom while we finish up combat.
I'm gonna hit you
Wait,
with some
here's
lay
actually-
on hands
Be right back.
for 15.
15. Ooh, that's very nice.
At least
Well-
you're semi-conscious.
No, we're only half dead. We've got this. Now, I realized you never actually told me what was inside of that strong box. I believe the will-o-wisps only... Did they come out of it, or did they appear
It
from
was the
around
second that
us?
you opened
I
it.
don't know.
They were
Yeah.
around it.
Oh, they were around it. Excellent. So we're
knows?
just gonna go over there. We're gonna kick this stupid thing open, and if there's not 100
He's,
or what,
he's
Hey,
not
well,
here
he's
right
not
now.
here,
yeah,
so...
yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
RPing right now.
yeah, I know. If there's not 1,000 gold worth of incense in here, I'm heading back to Jigow.
What the?
Well, I think
Alright, well, have
Eridonus
fun
is
in
all
Jigow.
right.
It seems fine.
Thank you, Eric's.
Don't thank me. I'm just doing what's right.
So, do you have a plan with that spear, or...? Guess not.
Perhaps it's just bringing him good luck.
It does make for a good walking stick.
Pretty upset to me, buddy.
Eridonus will sit down at the edge of the wagon for a bit and be sad because he lost his. We spent what, a couple hours traveling. He immediately loses his son
You should
again.
probably
day.
be more careful about where you send that whale creature.
That thing's not really combat capable.
Unless you're
It
willing
can't
to.
really hold its own in a close combat situation.
And I will suddenly remember that, oh yeah, there's bodies under this thing. Right, Alex, can I get your help with...
Perhaps
Yeah,
we
now
should
I
try a
hate the
peaceful
light.
approach the next time we run into light creatures.
I don't think those things spoke.
Did you ask?
I mean, they didn't even scream.
They seemed quite inclined to begin attacking us, or rather shocking me, the moment we appeared here. Though perhaps they were simply attempting to guard whatever was in here.
Maybe next time we could just ask them to open the box for us. They don't have hands, they have no use for the contents inside.
If you want to take the electricity, you go right ahead.
I've often found that entreating others with sugar works better than with a stick.
Not everything wants to talk and negotiate, Eric's.
Sometimes you just have to be persuasive. Like that shark in the grotto.
And
Yeah.
how'd that one work out?
It was very keen to work alongside us, provided we can offer it something in return. All it wanted was to see the open ocean again.
Which I couldn't do.
The poor thing was trapped down there. We could have let it out.
Well, we could say
Given
that
it-
for every shark there is always another sea serpent or basilisk. Some good, some bad.
I've yet to meet a bad basilisk.
Well, either way, I am back if anyone would like to do anything now.
We were, I think, Persephone and Eric's were going to try to lift up the
Art
wagon
off
again.
bodies.
Okay, the corpses. Seems to be the bodies of 3 slain merchants or travelers, a horse pulling their wagon, which is surprisingly strange in Jorhas. Usually they have more bounders or different creatures from more rugged terrains, but this being a nicer kind of road, this isn't, I guess, the weirdest thing in the universe.
Any identification? Merchant company of any kind?
no specific company, but if you had to guess, you could assume that most merchants in Jorhas would come from Asarius at some point. Or Roshan. Roshana. Those are the two major cities of export and trade through Jorhas.
What sort of clothing are they wearing?
Seems to be simple traveling gear with leather armors, over most of their clothes for simple protection. Weapon-wise, they seem very poorly armed, though. Hand crossbows, quarterstaffs, short swords, daggers, that sort of thing.
It's like the standard trouser and tunic kind of deal.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Merchants in Jorhas don't commonly dress themselves in a specific attire that would mark them. It's not a common thing in Jorhas. No major companies unless you're at Asarius itself.
Strange. Do most merchant companies travel so lightly armed out here? In these
They shouldn't.
demon-infested highlands?
It's uncommon.
Perhaps they are not locals like ourselves.
I mean, that'd be my guess, considering they brought a fucking horse.
Well, let's see perhaps what they were carrying. See if we can't avail the dead of anything that might be of use to the living.
By the way, there is a reward granted by the spirits for defeating the Will-O-Wisps. I want any of you to just... I'm not going to tell you what the reward is, but I want your group to just choose one person in your party that will receive it.
Alright, how do we want to do this, fellas?
We fight for it.
You could do rollsies.
Alright, not that.
My plan is working.
I nominate Persephone.
Yeah, I was about to say, if we're going by total hits, I think I got that one taken.
For the sake of it, it's not an in-character thing, as you wouldn't know that there's a spiritual reward or boon being granted.
Alright, in that case, I nominate Fenzara.
Alright? Any other nominations? If
I mean,
not,
I want it, but that's just me.
greedy. Alright.
I'll nominate Eric's.
Persephone, who would you like to nominate?
Flip a coin.
Whoa!
Who would you like to nominate, Persephone? Aerodonis? Anyway. In that case, I will decide.
Okay.
Let me get my decision-making goggles on.
Let me get my decision-making goggles. Let me flip a coin, he says.
It will go to Fenzar.
I have no idea what it is.
Fenzar, you gain a charm of heroism,
Okay.
which gives you the benefit of a potion of heroism, which is 10 temporary hit points that last for 1 hour, and you are under the effects of the Bless spell.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You're permanently blessed for a while.
Right now, it goes off.
Yeah, by the mention of it, how long does the Bless and Hex spell last?
Hex lasts for an hour.
Okay,
Less
Bless.
than a minute.
Bless would be worn off by now, then.
Is 1 minute.
Go ahead and drop concentration on that, then. Benzara, as you're just casually lounging about, searching away as you can, you feel some spiritual energy, the dissipated magics of these spirits you've just defeated surge inward towards you. A mean of thanks from the dead, perhaps. And a blessing. What are you pinging it for?
I still have it. They gave bless.
You got a boon for 1 hour, which will carry on into your next encounter. But regardless,
Did you say they had crossbows?
they have a hand crossbow. That was on one
I'll
of them.
take that.
Okay. You take that, and there's a dagger, a quarterstaff, and a short sword. Besides that, 3 sets of leather armor, with only one of them, I would say, being actually salvageable and used and, like, sellable.
Oh, hey, fun. Quarterstaff.
Oh.
Quarterstaff's pulled out a bit of blood kind of across it.
Yeah, clean it a bit.
drying
Well,
your end.
should be good enough. Still just a stick.
You hand it to her.
Do you want it?
I mean, I got my hands out. I'll take it, I guess.
Alright, there you go.
You have a bloodied quarterstaff you may add to your inventory. For a few things of note, before Cetus did die, there was nothing spotted in the distance. He couldn't see anything on his 100-foot dash into the sky.
Nice.
Eric, what are you doing right now?
So I've come over to this area here because I'm looking for a spot of dirt that's going to be soft enough to bury these bodies in.
This seems like a strangely solid place to do it.
I'll start digging some shallow graves and then...
I'd say you'd be able to find a shovel like on the cart, a few shovels and tools.
I'll have to put it in my inventory. I don't know how to see that.
I'll go ahead and do that for you. It's all good. In the meantime, Adonis, you were searching the chest, yes?
Yes, we're just gonna.
It appears to be
open it up.
locked.
Excellent. Well, you know what this calls for?
What is that?
We're gonna blast off the lock.
Oh my god.
I don't have an index finger for no reason. And no, we're gonna see. Let's see. Do we actually have a? Oh, we do have a crowbar. Could I try to fit the crowbar in a space between the lock and the chest and try to pry it open?
In your inventory, Fanzara. To try and pry this chest open, I'll allow it. It will be a strength check, however, to do so.
Yeah. Does this?
And any fragile things that are inside the box, just for reference, if you Eldritch Blast the lock off, has a chance of breaking anything inside.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Well, I'm glad I found
Same
the
goes
crowbar.
with being too forceful, but a crowbar I say is fine.
Can I just? Is there anything? Okay, may I investigate the chest again to see if there's anything that looks off about it, or how does it look? Does it look like a simple, ordinary lockbox, or like a chest, or is it
Would you like to search for,
particularly
like,
ornate? Yeah, any traps or whatever.
Okay.
I guess.
A few things then, a few checks. First, if you're trying to look for a trap, are you looking for an arcane or a mechanical trap?
Okay, I look for both and make 2 separate checks.
You can make one.
Let's go investigation or mechanical trap.
Yep, investigation then.
Can I guide us myself?
Sure,
Yep.
you could rope someone else in to help you look at it.
Yeah, if no one else is busy, I think.
I'm not doing anything.
Oh, then I'll call over all you guys then. Might as well take a look at whatever these spirits
Pull
were
the
so
chest out and
furiously
throw it
defending.
What's up, Adonis?
This chest over here, it's locked. Though I'm afraid that perhaps the owners might have thought that a lock would not suffice to protect the contents. Could be some
Perhaps
tragedy.
one of them had a key on his body.
Did you check?
Whatever.
I'll go and search for a key.
You check the corpses, and you wouldn't be able to find any keys. Not
20
on
on
them.
investigation for mechanical traps.
There appears to be no mechanical traps whatsoever. And the box itself does not seem ornate.
Oh, okay. I was gonna. Yeah, I
Simple-
kind of want
A
some.
simple merchant's lockbox. Iron
okay.
bands throughout it to keep it shut. And it doesn't seem like they had the key to this chest on purpose, like they were transporting it to someone who would.
Oh, that's even worse.
Persephone
Then.
just opens the side of their jacket and pulls out a lockpick from the inside. Just move over a bit. This will take no time.
You can go ahead and make a check for that, if you would like.
I would.
Dexterity.
Ooh,
Are you proficient in thieves' tools?
I am. Hey,
Wonderful.
bud, you want to give me some guidance over there?
I was gonna ask like a guidance afterwards.
Yep.
Don't
definitely
worry,
give me
take your time. He who rushes in life rushes to the grave. Anyways, take your
Alright.
guidance.
28.
Mm.
Lovely.
Oh, wow. You are able to pop the lock right off without too much effort. It's a simple lock.
Just that easy. Alright. What are they hiding? Clunk.
Alright. As you open it up, it explodes.
Should have looked for arcane traps.
Not as fortunate. Within, you find 50 gold and a mysterious potion.
Mm.
And a glass vial that would have shattered if it was shot with an eldritch blast.
I'll take the gold, you take the potion. Fair?
Why not?
Right. If you'd like to identify the potion, you can try with an Arcana
Yeah,
check.
Arcana
Or
check.
medicine.
Or medicine. We'll do Arcana.
You know what? Strangely, I would allow nature to work as well, because the ingredients are natural things. But
Oh,
either
well,
way.
19 for Arcana.
18, okay, yeah. You would know this to be a potion of hill giant strength as you take a light taste of it and you feel your strength momentarily enhanced.
Potion of Hill Giant Strength increases your strength to some amounts.
To 21.
I can add it to your inventory here in a second. I'm just
Oh, well, I don't have much.
Interesting taste. Seems to be some kind of a potion. Hill giant strength.
And does that do exactly what it sounds like it does?
If you find the need for your strength to magically balloon to that of a hill giant, as the name suggests, yes.
Sounds about right.
Oh, delightful. See over there inside of that glass?
Eridos would hold it up and you would see what looks like you see a small little fingernail. Or actually a pretty large fingernail.
Oh, yeah.
That is absolutely disgusting.
Massive and ugly. It's a yellowish potion, I believe, or orange.
Never
Yeah,
consumed one of these, though I do wonder if you have to swallow the fingernail as part of it.
Here's something not.
Do you plan to keep the potion for yourself or hand it off to someone else?
Now it hands it over to Persephone seems to be used dexterity when fighting with their swords. So we're just gonna hop down and call over Eric's whilst he's. Well, we'll wait for him to finish making the graves.
Eric's. In the meantime, are there any rituals that you would perform when burying the corpses?
Yeah, there's probably something in the old Gautrishari playbook for how to send off a body back to nature.
Mm-hmm. I suppose to give you a little, lore insight, I suppose, for it. Generally, it's believed by the Ashari, and especially the Gal, that most spirits, when moving on, return to the natural world through the arcane ley lines, this magical nexus that connects the world, of which the old primordial titans were scattered within. Or so it's said.
And I'll do exactly that. I'm gonna commend these souls under my breath. Back to the ley line with you. And don't linger. For this place is a lot darker than it has any right to be. Perhaps next time, you'll find yourselves in a happier world.
And with that momentary prayer, you believe it that the spirits have moved on, taking your warning into advice. As that finishes up, I suppose Eridonis would be appearing behind you.
Everyone ready to move on?
Actually, I guess quickly, nerd, while we were waiting for Eric, so would there be anything else of use inside of any of these crates, or not much else? Nerd?
Mr. Nerd Patrol?
I hit my mute button without noticing.
Ha ha ha.
No, nothing crazy. Just some old grain and some ruined tools at this point. It seems like a lot of stuff of value was kind of picked and taken. The chest being left behind as it was, well, still locked.
Mm,
Why didn't they just send it to their camp, bro?
exactly. Anyway,
They're not PCs.
Eridonis would call over Eric's, and he would then take out the potion of Hill Giant Strength, handing it over to you. Let's get in your hand.
We had found this inside of the chest that those spirits were so viciously defending. A potion of hill giant strength, in case you need some extra strength lent to your arms in battle.
I'll accept it.
It's in your inventory.
Well, keep it in mind.
Alright.
Have the dead been sent off?
They have.
Perhaps I have second thoughts about the beauty of this land. Anyways, not much else of use here. Rotted
There's
grain and no tools.
beauty everywhere, even in the darkest, most built-up civilizations.
Hmm. Nerd, I saw it before. That ruin that overlooks our party and the wagon
Mhm.
over here,
Mhm.
it looks to be like some kind of a tower. Is it actually built up, or are we just looking at the base, more or less?
Yeah, it's basically the base of it. This used to be some old watchtower of some kind, perhaps meant to keep an eye on the road and make sure to give travelers some means of safety. Little well built nearby for whoever occupied it, but it's since been ruined and destroyed, scratches all throughout it.
Does it look okay? I guess I can make an investigation check, but I'd like to maybe try to see if I could ascertain whether this tower was raised or destroyed recently, or if it's been a while, unless it's
Make
immediately
a
obvious.
investigation check if you would like, or history.
I'd like to look down the well.
Uh-oh.
Looking down the yeah, grabs you in. Seems to be a simple well. You see some water built up at the bottom. Seems clean apart from some specks of leaves that have fallen in and died. Other critters within, but the bucket's currently at the top, and the winch mechanism still operating as
I'll
well.
send the bucket down and let it pick up some water and reel it back in.
Get
See
yourself a
what
bucket
we're
of water.
dealing with.
Seems to be just a nice, simple bucket of water.
I'll take a drink.
You feel refreshed. It's been a while since you've had time to soak yourself.
Roll a con save.
It's thirsty work dealing with all these wisps and bodies.
Mhm.
Does anyone else want a drink?
Everyone hears.
No, I'm good.
I wouldn't mind, but and Erdonis would continue looking at the tower here. An 11 on that investigation check.
This was obviously destroyed, though you aren't sure how long ago. Or what by.
Large. You said scratch marks, claw marks.
Looks to be claws, bashes, crashes. It's not anything you can imagine.
In the spirit of that, this horse and those bodies, any distinguishable marks of what killed them by any chance?
The horse itself, you would see slashes, loose broken arrows on the side that's fallen over.
Hmm.
A man-made machination.
Okay, I think I've got an idea. But we all done looking around? They're gonna get ahead of us if
You know
we
what?
stay too long.
I just remembered something. Persephone, you can make a medicine check. Only you.
Yes, okay. That basically confirms what I was already thinking, but good enough.
An additional wound that you can see in the horse appears to be a bullet wound. Recognizable to you as you are in that line of work.
Hmm,
Strange to see in these parts.
interesting. This horse has a bullet wound in it. I don't know who's running around with guns out here in Jorhaus, but I guess somebody like me would be.
A bullet wound,
Yeah.
like the pirates used.
Maybe. Probably not the same thing, but you can tell.
You wouldn't be able to identify the exact type of weapon as you're not exactly a professional quite yet.
Besides pirates, who else uses these sorts of weapons?
Well, out here, basically no one, except for anyone who happens to get their hands on an exotic weapon, which includes me and nobody else that I know about, so.
Would you care enough to maybe dig casing out and keep it.
What am I gonna do with used casing?
I don't know. Use it to identify if there's another one like it later on. Maybe figure out who killed the horse. These people.
I don't know how you get all that from a casing, but I mean, if you're convinced, I guess I could.
It's up to you.
Alright. If you'd like to try and extract it, you could do so with your thieves' tools. But you would have to make a medicine check.
Sure, why not?
Imagine breaking a lockpick in a horse carcass.
It's a good thing. It's a good
Don't
thing there are many
manifest it.
lockpicks.
Don't manifest
Okay,
it.
that's a 4.
Everybody
or 5,
fucking
rather.
says things.
It doesn't break, but it's lost in the viscera.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
no, I didn't think so. That's
Got blood on your hands now, and your tools.
without chopping this thing up into pieces. I don't think that's even possible.
There is a well over there if you want to go wash your hands.
No, I did it already. All good.
Yeah, wow, that makes me wish I got into magic. All right, well,
You people don't do anything the simple way, do you?
I think that is the simple way.
Only a lot quicker.
Like, it is significantly less steps. Hey, where's
Besides,
Adonis right
it would
now, by the way?
muddy up the water. I want to contaminate the water with.
You take the water out of the well and pour it over your hands.
Regardless, you see Eridonis poke out of a nearby building and join up with the rest of your group. Would you like to carry on?
Hmm.
Yes, let's carry on.
Alright. Picking up on your journey then and continuing onward. The first of your days pass, and you may take a short rest if you would like to before your next encounter.
A short rest.
Yeah.
Understood.
Neat, Mert.
And you can decide if you would like to continue, if you would like to take a short rest, which I'm assuming you would based on the fact that you've rolled for your hit dice.
Oh, would anybody would have? Would the other sub wants to take a short rest, or would you guys want to?
Sleeping is mandatory.
Not for me.
What do you mean
Get
not?
good casual.
Oh my god.
So I'll take that as a yes for everyone. Okay. So you all take a short rest. You can decide if you want to continue your travel in the night when it's still a little dark or when the sun comes up. The choice is to all of you.
Yeah, none of you can really see in the dark, can you?
I can.
Alright, well that's 2 out of 4, so I think traveling at night's out of the question, unfortunately. You have to put up a big torch or beacon or something, and that's just bound to attract things.
Eridonis' spear glows.
I mean, worst case
Yeah, that's a
scenario,
problem.
you could just guide me around.
And then what happens if something attacks us?
Then we
Then the
fucking
light
die.
won't. Then the light won't matter, and we can have light glow.
Still not. If it's something with ranged capabilities,
If something
then
tries
we
to
are still
attack
at a
us,
disadvantage. That's
You
not
simply tell it to leave us alone.
Guess that'll
Legally
work with
can't
everything.
attack you if you turn it away.
What are you talking about?
For the sake of things, by the way, at this point I'll say it would take you 8 days to reach the Emerald Loop, so a few days have passed. I'm just going to represent that with the time, so don't mind me.
Oh, Scoob.
My familiar can see in the dark.
Regardless, I'll
Not
assume you're
the
picking
same
up when the
thing.
sun comes up.
It can guide me.
Awakening from your rest, are there any meals you'd like to partake in for the day? Any morning rituals you'd like to perform? Or would you like to press on?
I'd like to at least eat one meal in those 3 days.
I mean, look. We can assume you're taking a nice munch as you carry along, but any specialty meals?
Any specialty meals?
Any
the-
special things you'd like to eat?
Would this be continuing on off our short rest previously?
Huh? What?
You told us to take a short rest.
Yeah.
Are we continuing now in the morning
Yes.
based off that? Okay, yes, that's all I wants to know.
Yep.
Well, I do have this Yondel, or I can drink some of this basically sake, which gives a 1d4 to any roll.
Let's carry on.
Adonis
Well, I'm gonna eat this.
Tree of food he's carrying.
I'm gonna eat this, and we're gonna restore. What was it? 1d6 hit points.
Yep, and I believe you get a hit dice from that, but I'm not sure.
Yes.
All right. Then with that,
Almost a full health. Excellent. Hit
press
dice. Let's
forward.
restore 1. And we got our smells back.
Get your smells back. On your journey. Okay.
I'm gonna assume that the temp stuff were off. Yeah.
That's up HP for.
No, that will last. The temp HP from your blessing, I'll say just for the sake of it, it will last into your next random encounter, but that's it. So ignore the time restriction on it. Well, I'll be fair.
Well, the time restriction is until your long rest.
That's a long rest.
Isn't it?
So it lasts the entire time.
Oh, well, there you go. I thought it was. It said the effects of a potion of heroism, which lasts for 1 hour, so I got confused.
Oh, wait, that temp HP? Sorry, I was thinking of the temp HP Fen got from Eridanos' ability.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about-
that was 6 though. So
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah,
about the
fair
charm
enough.
of heroism, which lasts for 1 hour. So
Fair enough.
for now, we're just going to say that one lasts until your next encounter's over. All right. Speaking of your next encounter, let me get the map ready. One less familiar to keep track of. As you're traveling on this day, rain begins to pick up. Normally, Jorhas is blotted with dust storms, but this closer to the shore and the swamplands with more verdant growth around, you would know rain is not uncommon. And you have nothing to really cover yourself with, unfortunately.
oh, that's sad.
Why would I do something like that?
Unless you have something you want to specify, but that's up to you.
I've got a hood on my jacket that is going up. That is all.
Gonna
Great.
hold my arms out to the sky and try to catch as much rain as possible.
Mm-hmm. You do so, spinning around as you walk.
We are going to use the tiki mask as a little cap. I still have it from Final Four. Might as well use it.
Land.
Oh, we do have a robe. Nice.
Just checking something. In the distance, you see something immediately engaging. Something interesting and weird. You hear the shouts of battle and the cries of a nearby fight. As, in the distance, Persephone, you would immediately recognize the armor of the Aurora Watch, currently locked in battle with what looks like some massive demon with spikes on its back and huge claws that's currently slashing away at them. Aurora Watch with pikes at the ready are trying to keep it at bay while it tries to bear down on one of them, and archers in the back take shots at it, which looks like magically or through some means alchemically enhanced arrows. Does your group like to engage?
Does it seem like they have it under control?
You aren't too sure what the results of this battle are going to be. This is a massive lumbering beast, and at the very
What is
least,
that
you're sure
creature?
one of them might die.
Demon. Not too
Finding the Aurora
uncommon.
Watch.
They could use all the help we can get. We should go.
Identifying the demon is possible, but right now you have to make a split-second decision before you can really get any information.
Might be good to ingratiate ourselves to the authorities.
I'll go.
Alright. Then let me put you on the map and get the combat music back up again.
Oh man, I've never fought a demon at level 4 before. No, no!
Goes to say initiative, probably, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
Initiative's
let's
up.
go.
Let me get the music ready.
Nerd, I just have one question.
Uh-huh.
Would rain hamper my gun?
No.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's here!
It's got to pause session every time that happens for a moment to really just take it in. God
Thomas has
forbid.
gotta break
Pause
it up
session so everyone can
sometime.
go, yeah, Thomas!
Yeah, Thomas! Thomas is gonna show up in the final boss
Ooh.
fight. It's gonna be the killing blow.
The Hezrao rolls pretty high.
Ooh.
So does one Aurora Watch soldier.
I think it's good that only one person has Thomas. It makes him even more rare.
God. Alright. if everyone is in, combat begins. For the first of the Aurora Watch, bearing a pike towards this creature, they don't really notice your group yet as you're just arriving. It's going to go ahead and take a poke at the Hezbollah. Big freaky monster. Oh boy, that misses, as the spear simply clinks off of this thing's massive hide, trying to navigate through the spikes. I'm just checking his abilities here. Yeah, it's not really going to be doing that against this thing. It is the Hezrao's turn, and it is going to continue its assault that it's already in the middle of against this unfortunate Aurora Watch soldier. Ooh, that hits. With its bite, as it bears down its teeth, taking a decent chunk of a scratch out of this soldier's side, but he stands pretty strong before following up with a claw. Oh boy. That misses, and a second claw. Which also misses. You would recognize that these Aurora Watch are well-armed, bearing splint armor and well-maintained equipment. You aren't sure where they might be coming from in the minute, but you can ask them that later. Eric's, you're up.
Okay, before he goes, very unfortunate timing. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right.
Alright, well, keep going. Take your time on your turn, I suppose.
Alright, so I'm gonna move forward my full speed. And I'm going to cast Divine Sense.
Ooh. To identify what exactly?
Who's friend and foe in this situation?
That picks up what creatures for you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Fae, Fiend, Undead, or?
Presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a nauseous odor. Any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay.
And I know the type of that, whether it's celestial, fiend, or undead.
Okay.
And any being whose presence you sense, but I don't know its specific identity.
You would know very fondly from the scent of fiendishness on this creature.
I guess
And
also
the rest
if
of them
it's-
seem nice. Not
if it's
fiendish.
relevant, I know of any object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
In this area, besides this massive, stinky demon itself, nothing.
What about that thing hanging from my neck?
Consecrated? What would that imply?
So is it like a
Blessed?
holy object or an unholy object?
This is a holy object.
What's up?
I would say, you would know that your sword, their rusty sword, is also a consecrated object as well. As a matter of fact. To some
Interesting.
capacity.
That's
A natural
probably
aura lingers off of it.
not necessarily news to me, but also news. I'm going to try to bargain with this devil. And I'm going to call out in common, Fiend, lay down your claws. Perhaps there is a more reasonable solution to air your grievances. Leave these poor soldiers alone.
The Aurora Watch, a few of them kind of look over to you and say, "What are you doing? Either stand to the side or help take this thing down!" As the Hezrazal is immediately going to turn around and roar, staring towards you. Or glancing towards you, now acknowledging that it has people coming up from behind it.
Yeah,
That's
that happened.
Oh
There's
yeah,
an
he's gonna
ability
try
it
to
has-
negotiate with everything.
Actually, never mind, it's fine.
So you gotta start somewhere.
It's a demon.
Okay. I'm gonna run up right behind you, just real quick.
Through
Are you
to
fucking
label
insane?
people.
And for the first time, unhooking my gun and taking a shot at it. And I'm going
Every
to use a
living
grip
thing
point to take.
deserves at least one chance.
They are evil incarnate!
I can tell.
As a loud bang fires up.
Right next to his ear too. Damn.
Non-magical, so it does take half damage.
Hey, that's perfectly fine, you know?
But damage is damage. That was
Damage
11.
is damage. Need to check another thing real quick. Yeah, no, this is a demon. We're not fucking around. Action surge.
Yeah, a loud crack of your gun goes out as it strikes down the creature, and you surge into action.
30 feet. So
What
just
do you mean we're not fucking around?
We ain't messing
Okay.
around. These are real D&D hours for real.
And then instead of making an attack this time, I'm going to try and blind it by tossing a bag of black powder at it with another grip point.
Okay.
As it goes over to it, and I shoot it right out of the air.
Alright, you fire at it, and a blinding light shoots out. Let me check its abilities. This is non-magical. Yippee.
That is a natural 20. God damn it.
But that is natural.
That's a natural, alright.
You strike it in the back, and its eyes aren't even caught in the blast. And it just keeps tearing away and not focusing. Looking away and looking back towards the Aurora Watch, not noticing your group, or not acknowledging you anymore.
And after firing those 2 shots, you can see Persephone is, like, visibly shaking after having the bangs go off. And that'll be it for me.
Yep. The 2 people with the crossbow in the back are going to kind of stumble for a moment as the shot cracks out. Not fully caught up in the adrenaline, but a bit of a confidence surges through them as they now have new allies. This Aurora Watch, who is currently being borne down upon by this massive creature, is going to attack it with a pike. Running outward, he misses. And then he is going to use his multi-attack to see if he can even do this in the first place. Hold on. Can this affect this creature? It is a large fiend. It is not immune to that condition. Alright. With his bonus action, he is going to attempt to topple it. Unfortunately, he misses.
Oh my god.
It sure is. You'll see a lot of that. Eridanis, you're up.
You already know what's gonna happen.
You already know what that warlock grind said is.
We're going to step forward, trying to keep ourselves a good distance away from this demon. Azura.
No, that's not what I expected.
Azura.
And no, don't worry. The classic Eridanis special is going to come right up in just a second.
Eridanis keeping his distance? That's never happened.
Please, Eridanis is a tactically minded individual who would never charge into an area where his abilities are for moot.
Sure.
Anyways, no, we are going to target this creature with Hex, and yeah, target with Hex, and we are going to, hold on, here we are. And I suppose everyone's looking fine. Are any of these Aurora Watch members looking particularly heavily injured?
Not heavily. This one seems to be taking the most brunt, though. He's decently hurt, and this thing's going to keep attacking him by the looks of it. These are sturdy folk.
Alright, then in that case, we are going to use our conduit to, as before, we're going to take our orb and we're going to quickly have it hover over the Hezro as we summon forth another strange spectral figure, which traces out a constellation before it explodes over the demon, dealing 1d6 radiant from our conduits.
Alrighty. Ooh, 5.
5 points of radiant.
Not bad, and it takes.
You're then going to follow up as the starlight begins to glitter down around the Hezro. We're going to hit it with a good old-fashioned Eldritch Blast.
Alright. You blast your Eldritch outward.
Ouch.
Unfortunately, however, it does miss. This is a big creature, but the toughness of its hide is incredibly hard to breach.
Is there anything else? Nope. That's it.
Alright, the Aurora Watch Ranger is up. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, sorry, let's give this thing disadvantage on strength ability checks.
Good to know. Thank you. Roll or damage roll with a ranged weapon. Ooh, okay. Attack roll or a damage roll. Got it. He is going to make a special attack with a special type of arrow, or bolt in this case. Boop, boop, boop. First roll attack. That hits, and he is going to apply with his bonus action, Archer's Eye, which allows him to add an extra d10 to the damage. 1d10, and I believe this should add the extra fire damage as well from what's about to happen. Does it? Let's see. Yep, 1d4 fire damage, so 1 point of fire damage. Just making sure everything's correct here. Yep, that's all in order. This creature is resistant to fire, so it takes the full damage. Minus 16. And... this is a conundrum. I'm gonna consider these magical, so the damage will take fully. Let me check the creature here. Sorry, I'm just reading a few abilities, don't mind me. Don't know why I'm taking
I mind you so much.
Thank you. That is the end of the Aurora Watch Ranger's turn, as they're just gonna keep position and keep firing.
Okay. Me. Here.
And the, by the way, the Hezro is now ignited on fire and would need to use a bonus action to put itself out should it want to.
Okay.
An action, rather.
Epic. Awesome. I am going to hit him with one of these because I got it and it's epic.
Up on your fly, girl. You hit him with one of these.
Hit him with one of these. Gonna put like one hand to my forehead and like squint, staring at it and try and hinder its ability.
The old Psyker special.
The Psyker special.
The Brain Blast. Alright, it has to make an intelligence saving throw. This is a magical effect, so it has advantage.
Fuck, dude.
It succeeds, just barely, so it will take half damage and no additional effects. This is Psychic, which hurts it just as good. Alright. The damage takes. So it looks like it's momentarily disturbed as it just shakes its head and continues roaring forward.
I'm just gonna like shout out to, I guess, these people over here, like, you know, disengage if you need to. Don't go being too brash. We've got backup. Yeah.
They'll say this thing needs to go down, and they'll continue attacking it.
I know, but this guy, it's gonna make me sick.
He's doing fine at the moment. At the moment.
That's what I mean.
That attack misses, and this next ranger is going to go and use one of their special arrows on it. They get all of that special arrows. This one has 2. This one being an arrow of a bolt surging with lightning. Alright, let's roll that. Does that miss? He's going to use his Archer's Eye to apply an extra d10 to that. Oh, crap. There we go, that's a d10. Ooh, that hits. And rolling for damage. Alrighty, piercing. And how much of that is lightning? 2 points of lightning damage. It is resistant to lightning, so it is going to take 10 points of damage total. And additionally, because of the lightning arrow, it cannot take reactions and has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws using dexterity. This archer is going to move up to right here just to get a little better of a position, and then end his turn. This Aurora Watch is going to rotate around a bit, trying to keep movement around this creature, and is going to make an attack with its pike. Actually, you know what? Because it can't take reactions, he's going to go in after he makes his attack with his pike, of course. So let's see how that works. Alright, badly misses, and then he's going to attempt to topple it. Which does manage to hit, dealing half of that damage, so... Oh my god, 7? That's pretty good. What's half of 7? I'm bad at math.
4.
4? Okay. Was that rounding down or up?
That's up, actually, so 3.
It's 3, yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, 3, and then it has to make a strength saving throw. Let's see how good it is at this.
Saving.
Oh, Dex, yeah, well. Thank God it does it automatically. And he's going to move out of his range, so this thing can't take opportunity attacks and end his turn. Now it's the Hezral's turn. It is going to make an attack against this Aurora Watch soldier, making first a claw against him. Hitting, dealing 8 points of slashing damage. He takes it. And then another claw, which it can do. Oh, I should have done something actually for this Aurora Watch soldier's turn. My bad. It has an ability called Stench, so it needs to make that Aurora Watch a con saving throw for being close to it. Which it fails, meaning that he is now going to be poisoned. Where is the poisoned effect? Here it is. Anyways, the next claw attack. Boom, boom. Seems to hit once more. And deal more damage than before at 14 points. Whew. Now making this Aurora Watch soldier quite hurt. And then it's going to take a bite out of this Aurora Watch over here. Just kind of moving off to the side and making an additional attack to spread some of the damage around. Missing, and that being the end of its turn. Eric's, you're up.
I do say.
Should have jumped as your bonus action for extra movement.
Oh my
Get as
god.
close as I can here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna... Let's see. You know what? Screw it. We'll dash.
Alrighty. Getting yourself within 5 feet of this creature, you see it's electrified and on fire, which, speaking of, it would take a little extra fire damage on its turn.
I'll say to the Aurora Watch this time. Use your pikes. Keep yourselves at a distance. I can handle this.
Of course, but don't get too cocky!
Okay. So, recovering from firing off the 2 shots, I'm going to let another one go out using my final grip point for take aim. So I have advantage on the shot.
Alright.
Which is a 19, so 27 total. And piercing. Okay. Try and bleed yourselves into the formations, they know what they're doing. And I'm gonna just rush behind this rock, try and get over there with the other ranged combatants.
Hits and hurts. Let's half that damage. V8, so B4. Go. Back to the Aurora Watch's turn. This Aurora Watch is up. This thing can take reactions once more. So what he is going to do is make a pike attack. Actually, he's going to use his action to disengage and move nice and at a distance out here for the time being. Before he can put himself back in a position, just catching his breath for a moment before going back in, leaning himself on his pike. Eridonis, you're up.
I wonder. Now you know what's happening.
I wonder what I, the Warlock, might do on my turn. Ooh, it's a wonderful world.
Curious thing.
Oh no, those are all concentrate. Oh yeah, okay. Nothing good that I can put without dropping Hex. Unless Fairy Fire would be useful, but then it'll have to make a save. It has advantage on those.
Should they be
Throw
magical?
Hex up after 3 days of travel.
No,
This
this
is
is
a new
a
one.
new hex.
Alright, let's see it. You love to see it. Well, with that, we are going to pull out... Oh, I have no fruits on hand to eat.
A true shame. There seems to be no fruits nearby.
Chew on your fingernails.
No, because that is... I would never chew on my fingernails. That is the mark of somebody who is nervous, and Eridonis is never nervous. He's only confident.
I bite my fingernails every day.
You're always
Well, you know
nervous.
what? Well, you know what? You're you. You lack confidence.
I do.
You.
You lack confidence and will.
I do. This is true.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Natural
Oh,
one.
unfortunately, that misses, and that's the end of its turn. Pinzire.
Alright.
This guy would have had to make a saving throw against the poison. Keep going, though.
I'm feeling generous.
Yep.
Gotta move. Let's see. Far away. Far. Okay. I'm feeling very generous, so I'm gonna fucking aid our extra combatants here.
Alright. Hurry
And
and delay.
move them above me. Nish.
This specific Overwatch? Yep. Actually, let me check. That might drag him, like, right below you, actually. Let me see.
It's above.
Okay, it's above. Cool.
Doesn't he lose his turn though?
It's advantage.
No, he would lose his turn if you moved him up now,
Oh,
actually.
Okay.
Because he wouldn't be
well,
able to take his turn after you.
How about instead?
I would say,
then-
you know, for the sake of it, because I feel like that's going to be a problem with this ability in general, I'll say that it will allow them... They can take their turn.
Okay.
People will be able to take their turns for now. They'll still take their turn. They'll just be in the initiative, new place. It'll
Okay.
apply. The initiative change will apply after their turn. How about that?
Okay.
Basically the same thing as just holding your action, anyways.
That's fair. Yeah, you can do that.
So I'll move it once his turn is over.
I have this little buddy go over.
What else does that give him?
Let's see. Or
Said something about advantage.
has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes before the start of my next turn.
Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Got it.
Yep.
Oh, he'll make an attack roll. That hits. Nope, he didn't roll it with advantage, so I'm just going to roll advantage on the next one then. 10 points, which is reduced to 5. And then he'll make his topple with advantage. With a 19, that hits. Dealing, once again, 7 points, which is 3. And then it makes its dex saving throw. Which actually fails, meaning that it is prone as you watch as a Roarwatch soldier run forward and just shove his pike into this thing and knock it down onto the ground, barely managing to dodge as it lands forward onto him. Or it would have landed onto him, but he managed to step out of the way. Knocking it face first onto the ground. And that...
Giving his ranger disadvantage.
he sure does. That is going to be the end of his turn for now.
Now his initiative
is-
gets to be.
Yep. Yep. Just getting to it. Now, speaking of his ranger is going to go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage. Using a normal crossbow bolt instead of a lightning bolt. Nope, the ship with disadvantage. Hold on, we reroll. 9's pretty low. I doubt it's going to go any lower than that, but let's see. Alright, still a 9. 9, he's going to add his Archer's Eye to that and roll higher. That would be a 13, which unfortunately misses and ends his turn.
That'd be 9 plus 3. The 12.
Yep. Either way. Still would have missed no matter what. This Aurora Watch over here needs to go ahead and make his Constitution saving throw for some good old poison damage. Or poison, rather. Constitution save. Just checking his stench DC. DC 14. He manages to save, and he's immune to the poison for 24 hours. Alright, this Aurora Watch is going to move in and make this attack normal, not at disadvantage, even though he's poisoned, because the creature is prone. Misses, and he will... In his turn right there, not wanting to get too close to the range, it's going to use its movement to get up. And then it's going to begin its assault, making an attack against the guy who just toppled him with a bite. Which misses, and then a claw. Which also misses, and then make one claw against Eric's. Spreading out its fury a bit. Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh, straight to hell.
Eric's, you take 17 points of slashing damage as this creature catches you off guard, you not expecting it to immediately slash towards you, as it would have no good reason to, but creatures like this have no good reason for anything. Is your bless still up, or did that drop earlier?
That would have dropped days ago.
Yeah. I didn't know if you casted a new one or not. There you go. Eric's, it's your turn.
What's the range on this stench thing that I got to do?
Yes, you have to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw. Thank you. It's you're within 10 feet of it at the start of your turn. You are poisoned by it. This is a repeat save for the later.
Alright, I'm going to...
Unless you're immune to poison, I don't know how that works.
I don't think I am.
Alright.
Gonna try to bop it.
Bop it. Your magical blade. Yeah, unfortunately is a miss. Persephone, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to holster my gun and take out my swords and just rush in for a quick little flurry before backing out.
Alright.
Be careful, it smells terrible.
Yeah, I know, that's why you hold your breath.
As you say as you begin to talk right next to the creature.
You don't say. 10 misses, but yeah. 10 piercing, which has a 5. I have mobile, and we're back out.
Alright. Mr. Roarwatch is going to move in and make an attack with his pike. Pretty injured still. But he doesn't care. That would have been with disadvantage, but not like it really matters anyways. I'm just going to check this creature real quick. See its attack range. Attack range of 5 feet. So he is going to immediately move out of the range again after he's done attacking. Eridanos, you're up.
Alright, if this shot doesn't land, I actually have an excellent plan next turn.
Alright.
Hold on, let's check the range of this conduit. See, within 60 feet. Hold on, 60 feet. Okay, let's move a little bit closer. Otherwise, this won't work. Alright, this turn, though, we'll take a shot and see what happens. If we miss, then we miss. We miss. Alright, let's make sure I'm close enough for this. Alright, Eric's. You're about to become invincible in next turn.
Just give me one turn. Put me in, coach. This dude is going to make an attack with his crossbow. That hits. He's going to add his Archer's Eye damage to that, of course. For an additional 1 point of damage. So it takes in total... it's actually 4 points of damage. That's the end of his turn. As he'll just move a little bit closer right here. This Aurora Watch is up. It is going to make its stench... Actually, it succeeded its saving throw, so he is chilling. Kind of. Besides the fact that this thing's trying to, you know, make him disappear. Kind of grabbing the closer end of the pike, not holding it far out in front of him. He stabs forward, trying to just pierce straight through this thing's throat if he can, but not really succeeding to do such. Still landing a hit, though. Chipping a bit of health off of it. It now seems to be weakening. Finzyra, you're up.
Awesome. Hello. Well, might as well. I'll just do the funny thing that I like to do.
Also, as a question, Finzyra, you could have used your Arcane Recovery short rest, or last short rest.
Oh, shit.
Just remember it for the future.
Yeah, I will. Didn't.
Alright. It'll make its Wisdom saving throw with advantage. As it is quite magical. Yeah. Advantage be damned.
Right
my boy can Wisdom.
Put over here.
The ranger is up. No one's in immediate danger, so he's not going to use his lightning arrow yet. Nope. Crap, wrong ability. He's got one more archer's eye, so he's going to hold on to that and make a normal attack here. Which hits, but deals like basically no damage. Magic weapons are a hell of a drug. The Aurora Watch is going to go with disadvantage because of poison. And deal nothing. Now the big demon's up. He is going to make its attacks against the Aurora Watch. Actually, it's going to start with a bite on Eric's, come to think of it, since it's the last one attacked.
Uh-oh.
So, one bite for Eric's.
Okay, you survive this. Excellent.
And then it'll make its claws against the Aurora Watch. Which hits. Dealing 11 points of slashing damage. And then make an additional claw attack, which deals no points of any damage. Eric's, you're up.
You big smelly monster. Pick on someone your own size.
It's the 5. It says the 5-4. That's the 5 tries it.
What else would you like to do to back up your insult? By the way, starting your turn.
Yeah.
I'm just checking the poison if it's the end of your turn or start of your turn. Yeah, you can make the poison save again if you'd like to. You're good. You're immune to it for 24 hours.
Excellent.
Alright, I'm going to try and get its attention. What do I have here? Good question. Let me look at my features real quick.
Take time.
It's Yeezys.
Hey, damn, not the yeast.
Got anything like Compel Duel or something?
Ancient
probably make
words that are painful for Fae and fiends to hear. That seems like it'll do the trick. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, I'm gonna take out my holy symbol, which I guess in this case would be my quarterstaff.
Alright.
And I'm gonna hold it aloft and thwack this demon right across the face with it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna channel divinity to turn the faithless.
And what does this do?
The turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It can't take reactions. So it's got to do a wisdom saving throw of DC 13, or basically get feared.
Suppose this is magical?
It is. Or is
Alright.
it? I don't know.
It's magical effect, I guess.
Yeah, magical effect. We'll call it
It's channel divinity, so
magical effect. We'll call it that.
it's divine.
Ah!
Divine magic.
Yeah. It's interesting in this case. You know, I'm just gonna say for the sake of it being a turn effect that it won't have advantage on this one. It fails. Just barely.
Alright.
So now it's gonna spend its turn trying to get away from you.
Yeah, it's gonna see all the symbols carved and etched into the surface of this wooden staff that Eric's has.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to burn it painfully, and it's going to want to run away.
You raise your staff and light shoots into its eyes. It reels back and turns for a moment, kind of stumbling as it moves.
Leave these poor Aurora Watch soldiers alone. Be gone!
You chant.
And that's how it's going to use its turns, trying to dash to escape the effect.
Alright, what's the range that it has to dash to?
Within 30 feet of you on a failed save, it's got to just keep going for 1 minute until it takes damage.
1 minute or until it takes damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I figure it'll take damage right away, but then it'll
Yeah.
be mad at me.
Fair enough. Right, Stephanie, you're up.
Yeah. I've got one more shot in me. So, Fanzara's behind me. I was gonna take my arm and basically wrap it around her head to cover her ears. And-
Fire the gun right
Race!
next to her head.
Just fucking like duck.
Nice.
Yeah. Into your armpit.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to rush forward with the bonus action and get a nice attack off with the short sword. And
So-
miss completely.
Not turn anymore.
I'm going to then move this way.
Houston, we are a go. Okay, damage. Let's see here. 14, 7. Alright, this Aurora Watch is going to move in and kind of just gauging this creature, seeing if it's going to turn towards him. And once it realizes that it's not very interested in turning towards him anymore, he'll make an attack with disadvantage. He could repeat his saving throw, actually. Let's see. Nope, he's still poisoned. Well, let's make his attack again then, because it had disadvantage, and see what he gets. Okay,
Wow.
it would be the last attack, so he wouldn't crit. But he does hit, which is good. 4. Did I make a okay, 5 points of damage. So sorry, I got confused there for a second. Boom, 2 points, and that is going to be the end of his turn as he will move once again, kind of sticking a little out of the way this time. Eridanos, you're up.
Okay, we either damage this thing or we heal up Eric's with a bit of temp HP. What do you prefer, Eric's?
I don't mind either way.
Let's heal you up. You took a couple hits. Alright, we are going to use our... I'm going to drop concentration on Hex first.
I've taken 1 hit.
Yeah, that 1 hit was pretty bad. Alright, let's see. We are going to use our Cosmic Conduit and send our orb out over Eric's this time. And we're going to once more summon a strange spectral form of, well, I suppose, ourselves. And with that, the figure is going to reach down from the orb, and it's going to touch Eric's on the forehead, channeling some cosmic magic into him, and casting... Let's pull it up here. Casting protection from evil and good.
Wow! Evil and good. Alright, roll that temp. So it has disadvantage on attacks against Eric's.
Yep, and he also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by it, though I don't feel like any of
They
those
don't
effects will
possess.
apply.
It's gonna get him.
Alright, and with that, that's all I'll be doing on my turn, and otherwise I'll just hop back here.
Roll
Oh,
the
that's
d6 for the temp HP.
Aerodonus is the most powerful healer in this party.
The temp HP champion. Add the 6 and that'll be the end of your turn.
Yep.
You stand atop your rock. The Aurora Watch Ranger is going to follow up on what you guys have been doing for him, and he is going to make his attack. That would miss, but he'll add his Archer's Eye to it as he's not holding anything special.
Why does
That
this magic effect look like Pepto-Bismol?
Listen,
Put a little pep on your system.
little pep in your step. Anyways, that is a 5.
Why are you so much funnier than I am?
Yep. It's the end of his turn. This Aurora Watch is gonna go. He is gonna make a pike attack against this guy. For an 8, that misses. He won't hit it. Actually, who's coming up? He's not gonna hit it with a topple. He's just gonna leave it at that. Finzyra, you're up.
Epic.
Totally epic radical, bro.
Oh!
Party Zoomer.
Surfs up.
I think.
The boomer and the zoomer.
Oh my god. Thing is
Just like
super
live your
resistant
life,
to
dog.
damage. Live your life, bruh.
Finzyra?
So this thing is like super resistant to magic, so I kind of
Oh,
just
yeah, it
have to
seems-
let the marshals do their thing.
Being
Ah.
a demon that in long ages past was bred for war, it's very resilient. Sturdy beast.
Damn, he's bred.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, I guess, hold my action for if Eric's takes more damage and give him a funny new spell that I got that can heal him.
If this guy's bred, then it's up to us to make him
Just holding my
toast.
action for now.
Okay. Wait, what are you holding your action for?
I have the undo harm thing. I'm just gonna heal him if he takes damage. That's what I'm
Alright.
holding my action.
I don't want a single grain left.
Alright, heavy crossbow, hits, damage roll. Boom. 9 points, which is reduced to a solid 4. And boom. Aurora Watch is a go. He is gonna make his con saving throw to see if he keeps being poisoned. Looky there, he is. He's gonna make his pike attack. Which hits, but it would have been with disadvantage, because screw me. Still hits, and roll damage. Ooh, max damage.
Nice.
That is a solid point of damage. And that is the end of its turn. The big demon's now going to go. Thoroughly enticed into attacking Eric's, it is going to unleash an onslaught upon him. At least for this turn. After kind of reeling back from the light and immediately catching its footing once more, and then raising its claws, roaring up into the air before tearing downward with a ferocity of a demon. With disadvantage. So let me roll that again. Keep forgetting this stuff.
Oh
Uh,
my
Are
god.
you kidding me?
Not a crit, not a crit. That was a disadvantage, remember.
well.
So it still hits.
Another 20.
Right, so that's
Gonna do
18 for the
this.
first hit. That wasn't a crit.
It's my thing
Wait,
went
That
off.
wasn't a crit.
Hold on.
Hmm?
Wait, hold on a second. That was with the... Was that the bite?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Okay, yeah,
fight.
that wasn't a crit. I had to double check. That was a lot of damage. So 18. Roll your undue harm to see how much he gets back.
Wow. 1. Yay!
Yeah, you can reduce that damage by 1 Eric's. So,
It hurts a little
go
less.
ahead. Give yourself something nice as a treat. As it continues with its claw attacks now.
Oh,
This
boy.
time I'll roll them at disadvantage for the start, so we don't have to wonder. That one misses. Next set of claws. Your next claw, rather.
Well, shit.
Hits. Well, you tried, eh? Can't fault you for that. 10 points of slashing. That's the end of its turn. Hey, the man of the hour, you're up.
Alright, well.
You're watching to say, fall back!
You
Can't take
first.
another hit like that. What?
else do we have?
We can take the brunt. Share your burden.
My team's
What
a
do I
little
got here?
crazy. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Just outwardly telling them that my people are crazy.
God.
I still have this.
Some bravery and bravado in them.
And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself, still holding the staff. And brace for the impact, I guess.
I'm sorry, he's just like this.
They're worried on trying to put this thing down now that they know retreat's not much of an option for one of you.
Yeah. And we duck back out. God, I love mobile.
Alright.
Who
Coming in.
needs mobile when you can just stand in one spot for the whole fight?
Well, I mean, based on our HP totals, I think the effects are showing.
Unfortunately, not all of us are blessed with the power
The
of firearms.
Only HP that matters is the last HP.
Bless the power of gun. Alright,
That's also
he's gonna move, but I'm just ending his turn for the sake of keeping things moving. Okay, Aerodonis, you're up. Your magic is failing to hold back this creature, but is putting up a bit of a fight.
Yep. Well, you know what's about to happen. Is that actually a hit?
That is a hit.
Fascinating.
Fascinating indeed. We must write down the results.
8 points of
add your
force
d6
damage.
from your. Oh, you dropped
No
your
hex,
concentration
yep.
in your hex, yeah.
At 9 out of 10, Warlocks agree. Eldritch Blast is the best cantrip to use.
8 points. It hurts. This thing is getting weaker and weaker. It's only a matter of time now before it's slain. This ranger is going to do what rangers do best and range.
Look, All we're saying is this thing on paper hits harder than Persephone's pistol.
It sure does.
My finger gun has the
It's
power
never-
of a handgun.
This is a really strong finger gun, ain't it?
I'm basically TF2 heavy.
What does that mean?
You don't know the finger gun kill taunt?
No, I don't.
Oh my
I don't know if I
God.
haven't played TF2.
Oh, wow.
Send me like a video.
Epic. Awesome.
Now that's epic.
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 Zyra, what would you like to do? Is it to Toll the Dead?
How fucking beat up this fucking
Quite.
Wyatt.
Yeah, you can see that it's below half HP at least, but it's the injuries are mounting.
You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I'm gonna use my last thing. Doesn't matter to me. We'll do it. Epic. Yeah. Take the full brunt of my fuck you.
Ooh.
Max damage, bitch!
20 damage! Ooh wee! It hurts a lot. Wait, was that a... Oh, that was level 2. Oh my god, that hurts a lot, yeah. It is looking incredibly close to death now, as your bolts strike all throughout it and take it to near death.
Pinzira's just like, yeah, fuck you, bitch! And I just like go behind the rock.
Celebrating your achievements. This Aurora Watch is going to use the last of his lightning arrow. Actually, he doesn't need to do anything special for this. No one's gonna die, of course. He will add a 10 to that roll.
Fun.
That's the end of his turn. The Aurora Watch will make a Constitution saving throw. See if he's still poisoned, because, you know, very stinky. Still poisoned. Some things never change. There's Constance's life, death, taxes, and Heterozow stink.
Ah.
Ooh, that still hits, though. And he continues his chip damage montage. Boom. The demon gets one last flurry of attacks as its death is near imminent. Which will all be going towards Eric's.
Oh boy.
I could do this all day.
Oh, wait. Disadvantage. But forgetting nerd. Stop it. Stop it. That misses.
Woo!
Okay, now it's
That
coming.
was scary close to another 20.
Huh?
Oh, another miss.
Another miss. Last claw.
Now the magic's finally coming in. Oh, no.
Would have been a 20, but that's another miss.
Oh, excellent.
Eric's, you're up.
He desperately wants to nat 20 me.
I'm not letting him. This is how we
wants
cast
it.
protection from good and evil.
He wants it.
Taking out the sword again. And we're gonna do a normal strike.
That hits. How would you like to finish this creature off?
Nice.
I'm going to do a quick like 2-hit combo. I'm gonna first do a slash towards his leg and lop it off at the ankle. And as he's toppling over, I'm gonna just switch the sword around in my grip and quickly slash it across his throat.
Making its head twist to the side. It's like a less of a head, more of just a connected face onto a neck. You cut at what mass you would think is a throat, and as blood and gore spills out, it falls to the side, leg half cut, bone shattering beneath its own weight as it collapses to the ground, dead. And the Aurora Watch kind of back up and begin to take a breath. Thanks to you all. Sincerely. The Rangers are going to step up. Kind of
As
walking
long as
over.
you're all good.
Yeah, we'll manage. Who are all of you, if we can know who to thank?
That's right. You'll manage.
Do you need any assistance? We can do
You'll
some
be
basic
fine.
medicine.
Am I
Alright.
supposed to be able to see my own bones?
Probably not.
Does anyone have a healer's kit? Or better yet, any
Yes.
magic?
We have healing kits, but we don't have magic. If you want healing like that, you would have to make it to the caravan.
Is it
Hmm.
nearby?
A few days from here. We were heading there ourselves.
Oh, delightful.
Here, we can provide you some bandages until kind of the ranger will walk over to you and say, do you mind if I tend to you?
Not at all.
The drow kind of takes off his armor. This one, besides the crossbow, is clad in studded leather, as opposed to the splint that the others wear, and will kind of rest you onto the ground and begin bandaging your wounds and placing bones back into where they should be, if any are
painful.
dislocated. Just bite down on this and kind of just gives you an arrow, or a bolt, rather.
Eridanos will offer you some of his alcohol if needs be to
Yeah, I'll
drink
take
if
some
you-
of that if you don't mind to pour on some wounds.
Oh, also I guess to numb the pain of resetting your bones, Eric's.
Yeah. Pour a little down the gullet. Eric's, do you want to drink the alcohol?
Imagine it's just like a dislocated shoulder. Nothing
Yeah,
too serious.
nothing crazy, but it's gonna sting.
It's,
If you would like
I
to
still
drink
have
the alcohol, you
14
can.
hit points, so I'm not on death's door or anything.
You're cut into pretty heavy, though. It's a decent gash and a dislocated shoulder. But the gash is tended to and wrapped tightly, and the shoulder is relodged into place.
I'll
Or you
help
just-
myself then.
I use one of my hooks from my fishing tackle to try and stitch the wound closed.
Yeah, it's the alcohol.
That's the something.
Improvised weapon.
Sorry, to your question, though, we're just on our way to the loop, because there's a Gloomstalker contract out.
I see. Haven't heard of any contract like that, but I know what you're talking about. Some old fucker that's been patrolling these roads for some time now. Luckily, we haven't been unlucky enough to run into it.
Unlucky enough to run into that thing. What are you even out here for?
Of course, we were here to meet up with a scout, a guide from one of the nearby swamps. We're only a days off from meeting with them now. Once we collect them, we're heading back towards Bazozan, make a short trip around, and then we're going to continue our route through the barbed fields towards Roshan. We're just patrolling the roads for dangers like this.
Pretty standard, I guess.
It's one less demon on the roads, though. Better for the merchants that way.
Where is the
oh.
nearest safe camp?
We'll...
Would it be that caravan that you mentioned?
Yes, that would be the nearest place of safety you could find. We'll move on our own and make camp eventually, and if you spot us on the road, whenever we may meet, we can provide you some assistance, but we need to go a bit off from here and find our scout first.
Oh, right. Speaking of merchants, Topot Caravan down the way is about a couple days out.
Understood. We'll have
Everyone's
to
done.
report that.
Those shallow graves, but
The bodies are tended to, and what was on the caravan?
Nothing of much importance.
not much.
A few supplies, rotting grain, tools.
anything that they would have had of value was already scraped, so...
The shovel.
Was it the demon, or...
Looks like an assault by regular people. Can't really tell who it
Their
would be,
mount
though.
had a bullet wound.
Interesting.
That's the important bit.
Kind of seems a bit confused when you mention that.
How many people have
What?
this out here?
What
Yeah.
kind of wound is that?
You see this thing?
Kind of looks
Yes.
at it. It's the thing that made that crack in the fight. Understood. Mechanical
Wretched things.
contraption it is. Well, regardless, we have to keep moving, but once we reach Bazazan, we will be sure to sing your praise to Ascan Veren Thelis.
Isn't
You
that-
don't need to do that. You guys did most of the work staying out until we got here.
We insist that it's almost guaranteed that one of us would have probably fallen if not been severely injured should you not have helped us. Here, take this as well, and I'll hand you a sack of gold.
Who
I'd
is
vote
that?
yourselves.
Is that another captain of the Aurora Watch?
He is the captain that watches over Bazozan itself, one of the few Echo Knights from Roshan. high member and a good warrior. Some of the
You're
noble
still
houses.
struggling to get reinforcements?
It's always been a struggle over there. Nothing changes.
Nothing
Suppose a few
changes.
good words with him wouldn't go amiss, especially if we need to reach certain areas in the town.
That much is certain. Well, what are your names so we know who to tell him to?
I'm a local. It's Persephone.
Alright? The rest of you?
And Zyra.
Eridanus, pleasure.
And I am Eric's.
Alright.
I'm a paladin of the Gaudrashari.
Understood. We might meet you at the Emerald Loop, though it's unlikely. We have some additional troops over by the caravan currently helping protect it. We'll be picking them up and moving on our way, and maybe we'll meet on the road to Bazazan. We'll have to see in a few days, though. Either way, good luck on your travels. Stay
Okay,
safe
guys.
and be careful.
You too.
You know, gather around and consult themselves, trying to tend to any wounds they might have and plan their next travel.
It's always fucking something.
Do you have your crossbow open? Like on you?
Me?
This Aurora Watcher is going to walk over to you and say, "Here, if you're heading towards the caravan, you're going to need this more than me. I didn't get to use it in that fight, but maybe you can find some value in it, and we'll hand you an electrified crossbow bolt."
Oh shit, I haven't gotten to use one of these in ages.
Well, now's your chance. Let's hope you don't have to use it, though that's unlikely. It's in your inventory.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Out of curiosity, do I recognize any of these guys?
No, none of these people.
Okay.
These are fresh faces from Roshan that patrol the roads.
Gotcha.
The Aurora Watch also commonly cycles through people and on the regular. Believe it or not, it's not a very safe line of work.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, you've all gotten your first taste of Bazazan out here in the wilds. How'd that go?
I'd say about as scary as seeing a giant sea serpent come onto the ship.
They're a
Fascinating.
lot worse than sea serpents, and there's a lot more of them.
Yeah.
Alright. In that case, unless there's anything else to be said, the road will carry on. The reward that you receive from the Aurora Watch is 50 gold to split as you see fit.
12 gold, 5 silver.
Yeah, split it 4 ways.
How'd you do that just instantly? I'm jealous.
50 divided by 4 is like the classic, really common
Well,
one,
with
and
that,
100.
There you go. 12 gold, 5 silver. Add it up. And in that case, would you like to take a short rest before you begin your next journey? I guess go ahead and take a short rest, I should say.
Yeah.
For your next encounter.
Days pass. Ooh.
I get
Yep.
to do this.
Oh, my grit points and my action surge. They're back.
I took so much damage that fight.
You and Eric's both.
Look at all the damage takers.
I took no damage.
Oh, yeah, I was
So
counting your,
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
counting your Will-O-Wisp battle.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
Who's
Oh,
gonna
Christ,
take the
man.
brunt of the damage next time?
It's always the two guys. I'm telling you, Eric. So you and I, we got to stick together. We're the two guys with E's in our names.
yeah.
The E's and the leaves.
I feel like there are some elements that are also separating us.
We're basically the same person. What
Like
do you mean?
height, for
You know, like
example.
the readiness to strike out at an ally.
Damn.
When have I ever struck out at any of you?
Uh-huh.
It's not about when in the past.
It's not
a matter
about.
of
It's
if.
not about
Or fuck, it's not
when
if, it's
have
when.
you. It's when will you.
There you go.
So one of my first level spells, nerd, or what?
Well, read what the ability says.
It's hard for me to
gosh.
be able to tell because I'm kind of a little.
You have second level
Challenge.
spells,
The
yeah.
number of spell slots
Yeah.
equal to half your wizard level.
Okay. Yes.
Up
Yes,
to a
that is
combined
true.
level of. Yep. Yeah, man.
So you can basically restore 2 first level spells or 1 first level or 1 second
sec-
level spell. F words.
Oh my god, Eridanus can evade
first
so
or
many
1
social
second?
encounters.
Right. Choose.
Speaking of social encounters,
Mm-hmm.
I think Eric's would approach Persephone at some point when we're on the road.
All right. Go ahead. I'll say it's a little. You're currently walking along the road, and you find time to yourselves to do so.
Persephone, earlier when we encountered those Aurora Watch soldiers, I
Yeah.
noticed when one of them handed you a crossbow bolt, you seemed familiar with it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you don't get them too often, but when stuff gets tough, they break out the big munitions and Bazazon.
Did you have prior connection to the Aurora Watch?
Oh, yeah. My, Never mind. I worked with him for a good while.
Was it long ago?
Not really. Basically up until I left for Taldore. And now I'm back, so... My dad was also a captain for a time.
What happened?
Same thing that happens to everyone who sticks around long enough. Demons get to him, but can't say Bastard didn't deserve it, so...
I understand. And that's why you left.
No, not quite. I think that's a story for a different time. I left for business. That's really all
Very
there is to
well, I
it.
won't pry.
All right. Anything
Returning
else?
to Bazazan must be bittersweet in your case.
It's hell. And yet I come back. Gods know why I do.
At least you won't be alone. If our presence is any comfort, that is.
Oh shit! Sorry.
When someone compares something to
No,
hell, I don't.
canon
Yo,
lore.
that's hold on. Let's see it.
Canon.
Oh my
Canon
god.
event.
Boom.
That was one song.
There's your comfort.
I don't know if company necessarily makes
Well,
hell any
ignoring
better.
that, it's been kind of nice to travel with people for an extended period of time. Usually when the job's over, I just kind of leave. So, it's been nice.
I concur. I haven't worked with a consistent group of people for as long as you, excluding the Gaudrashari, but they tended to send us to other islands and corners of the world. We never really saw each other unless there was a major problem. Tsunamis, monster attacks. Outside of those events, it was lonely in the Isles.
Sounds like you had bigger problems than I did. What are the Gajashari anyway?
I suppose not everyone would have heard of them. The Gaudrashari are an order of druids, protectors of the natural world.
I guess that's why you're so diligent.
It's sort of a long-term goal of theirs to find a way to make peace with everyone. Now, that might be a pipe dream. Probably won't happen in my lifetime. But at least I can give my life working towards that goal. It is a noble cause.
Yeah, a lot nobler than I am. And hey, maybe when they put the Luxon back together, that can happen.
It's not
Until
the
then, though.
Luxon that gives the forces of the world their power. It's elemental magic. That's the reason I'm here on this quest.
The forces of the world, maybe not. But brokering peace between everything, I'd only really put my faith in a god for that one.
Well, whatever it is you do put your faith in, I'm glad some fraction of it is with us. I'll put a hand gently on your shoulder and then walk away to the other side of our camp.
As you do that, Persephone definitely recoils a bit, but just kind of relaxes into it. Not too bad, Alex. Not too bad. Aridonis, can you stop playing that for
A tender moment
he's still
immediately,
gonna keep on.
tender moment immediately broken up by a shrieking horn as you continue on the road through the cracked and ruined fields of what might have been in ages past a beautiful place, but now lies to mystery and ruin for you to discover in this journey. That, for now, will be the end of our session. We're getting close to our end time anyways.
Yeah.
Trying to
And another
maximize those
encounter.
relationship charts.
Oh my god.
I mean, hey, you're gonna lose your backwards bar.
That's where we come to an end.
Wow, what an honor.
Alright, let me go ahead and cut the music. I'm gonna go use the restroom. So, feel free to do as you wish, but we're done.
Whoa.